What's good, y'all? Let us know if y'all can see and or hear us. In the chat, put some ones in the chat or something,
I
and
forgot it ain't
let us
no
let us know how we
countdown.
sound. It says zero, but I see it's people commenting in the chat. Hold on.
No, I'm talking like on our side. We used to do the countdown, the
Yeah,
do.
they
Yeah, I
start
forgot.
pulling it, so it won't work. It won't work. They were demonetizing the chat. Hey, can y'all hear us? Can y'all see us?
Oh damn. Okay, yeah, they in here. Okay.
I'm trying to see if they can see us. I could. Uh, Dude, how do we sound? Check our mics. Check our mics. Mic
Mic
check. Mic check. Check your
mic
mic,
check
DJ.
one. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I'm in the middle.
Okay. Do y'all like the background? Do you guys like the background? We try to do something cute today. Okay.
Yeah, they said we good. They said we good.
Okay. For the people who watching, if I ever get to a point where my audio is clipping, start putting twos in the chat because last episode I didn't realize it until after we was finished. My vocals was kind of doing this weird clipping thing where it would like get super high out of nowhere and then come back down to normal. So if that happens, put twos in the chat so I can be aware of that. But yeah, we how you doing, DJ? First of all,
Man, I'm good, man. A lot of ripping and running, but I'm good,
yeah,
man.
it's been quite the day. It's been quite the
Yeah.
day. Hmm. Um. Okay. What's good, y'all? I'm Skip,
And I'm DJ.
and we are here for another weekly wrap up. Thank you guys for pulling up and being patient. Um, like DJ said, it's been a day. So by the time I got home, um, we went to Costco. Shout out to Costco. No Target, no Publix, no Walmart. Um, yeah, by the time I got home, it was not enough time to be ready by 7:30. So just took the extra minute to get situated to where we had a nice thumbnail and a subject line and some topics. And also for the people who were anticipating a drop for Decipher Saturdays, it will be out tomorrow. I didn't get a chance to edit it, but the video will be it will be up tomorrow around 4:30. I'm trying to see if I should tell y'all what it is and just get y'all to wait till tomorrow. Probably let y'all wait till tomorrow. It ain't nothing super crazy. It's a revisit to an album. But first things first, man. Peace to the chat. Everybody filling in. What's up, DJ?
Oh, real quick, Skip. What Costco you went to?
The one in Hoover. It's only one in Birmingham.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm thinking, so you went all the way to Hoover?
We really like standing on business, though.
I got you. I got you. I'm just trying to make sure it was another Costco that I ain't know about. So okay,
it's only one.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, we would be remiss if we didn't start here.
Yeah.
First things first, I want to say rest in peace to Angie Stone. From what I heard, I didn't get to read any full articles, but from what I heard, she tragically passed in a car accident today. And I also heard that she was in our home state of Alabama in Montgomery on the way to DC. So once again, I do want to extend our heartfelt condolences to the family of Angie Stone. This was a very just unexpected tragic event. So yeah, man, I just want to do a quick moment of silence for Angie Stone. Okay. Something on a hip hop note that I didn't know in reference to Angie Stone is she was a part of the first ever female rap group called The Sequence. So that's something I wanted to just from the hip hop perspective, because that was something I didn't know. So for people who didn't know that, that was a good thing, just hip hop wise to know about Angie Stone. Great songstress, man. Um,
Long career.
a
I
long
mean,
career, man.
yeah, man.
And especially when it's under circumstances like this where it's like not in the control of the person, it's just the
A
the
freak
shock of
accident.
it. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
hmm Yeah, it's just one of
Yeah.
those situations. Like she definitely was very well respected, just in all genres and all areas, just of music in general. Like I've never heard anything bad about Angie Stone. Like everybody love Angie Stone. Like kind of like how everybody feel about Jill Scott. Like everybody love Jill Scott. Angie
Mhm.
Stone was before her. Like she was one of the ones that you can always rely on when it comes to music, as far as the talent level or what she puts out. Like it's undeniable. So that's just real unfortunate. Um,
Yeah. And music aside, it's just sad like hearing any of our people leave, especially when it's unexpected like this.
yeah,
But let me go through and read some of the stuff that we got in the chat. Shout out to Miss Mia, rest in peace, Queen. Um, for sure, Takia, it's definitely one of those heartbreaking losses. Rest in peace from Rita M, Peachy Keish. I'm gonna just highlight a couple of these. Whew, and I'm kind of um, let's see, and camp our sister Angie on her way through the universe. Sunshine is gone. I'm all cried out, and there's no more rain in this cloud. Um, worldwide. Oh yeah, also yeah, rest in peace to Roberta Flack too. That's a
hmm
little a week or so ago, but yeah, most definitely. Rest in peace to Roberta Flack. Um, Sadness aside, man, we do
yeah.
have a rather interesting docket for y'all tonight. Um,
Mhm.
what? Let me see.
Yeah, I don't
How
have it
far?
written down, so you got it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go straight into music. Big Sean dropped a track
Mhm.
on Instagram. It was sampling the dang, what's the name of that song?
All that you keep your head to the sky.
It was the Head to the Sky freestyle,
Mhm, mhm,
and
mhm,
it sampled
mhm, mhm.
he put the name of it in there. It's something
All that you need, your head to the sky.
give me 1 second.
Like I say, I know the song, but I can't lie to you. I
It
can't
was
remember who it
the
was.
song title is Optimistic by Sounds of Blackness.
Yeah.
That's the original song that he sampled. Did you hear the song?
Yeah, I sent it to you. When I sent it to you, I'd already listened to it.
Okay, so what did you think about it?
I enjoyed it. Like I love the sample. I love the beat. That's probably what I enjoyed the most about it. But I mean, yeah, just Sean just rapping in his bag. It wasn't really like anything like in terms of content like groundbreaking, but it's just good to hear him, from his perspective in a good space. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of how we may feel about his album, I mean, it seems like he's in a better space mentally and just how he looks. Like, he looks like he's happy. He looks like he's in a better space. So, regardless of how I feel his album could have been better, like, I'm more happy to see that he's in a good space. So, if he's in a good space and he's able to make good music, like in relation to that, I'm all for it. And I've always been a fan of Big Sean. Like, I mean, I just hate his career didn't go the way I thought it maybe could have gone. But ultimately, I've always been a fan of Sean. So I'm just excited to see when he be happy and he be rapping because he can rap, bro. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
why people downplay like he can't rap, bro. Like, no, Sean he can go there, bro. So I enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with positive shine to me. I
Yeah,
think my biggest thing was like the album didn't necessarily have a heart and soul that it really would have needed to convey a
yeah,
lot of those messages and leave a lasting impression. But other than that, with this song in particular, I did like this song. It was good to see him, and it kind of like serves as a break from a lot of the like tension that's
yeah.
going on like in the music industry and just in hip hop in
Mhm.
general, which isn't bad. Sometimes you need tension, you need a little straightening. So I'm not mad at that, but this was like a little good break from it. You know what I mean? Without trying to interject your way into it, because it also feels like at some point in time, like a lot of what's going on right now is like you gotta wrap yourself in the beef to be seen, or you gotta do that to into like that's the only way that you can say something. Like it has to be included into what happened in the beef last year. But no, like Big Sean came out and stood on however he was feeling, and I can respect that. And I like that. It was good.
So how do you feel about just artists in general is more so just dropping songs through like IG and things like that versus like your traditional like rollout, like dropping it on YouTube or just straight to streaming. Like it seems like from the beef, it seems like IG has been like really prominent as far as breaking new songs. Like, well, how do you feel about that?
Um, I don't have like any negative feeling about it. I think there may be a thing to where Instagram is like people are more active on Instagram from the artist perspective. Like if if you're dropping more frequently on social media, that's probably the easier place to get it seen, especially
Yeah,
now because Instagram seems to have some type of working relationship with these
with them.
labels to get
Yeah,
these records cleared to premiere on Instagram.
yeah,
So if that's where your fan base is and that's where they're the most active, I don't have a problem with it at all.
yeah,
Because truth be told, for me, like depending on my algorithm, I might not have known that the song came out.
yeah,
But since I follow him on Instagram, as soon as he posted it, not too long after, well, you sent it to me, but after that, I saw it on Instagram. So it's like
yeah,
I just think, and if I'm not mistaken, Instagram is trying to work towards um like being a hub for music releases anyway. So I mean,
yeah,
they just taking steps in that direction because they got so many millions and probably hundreds of millions of users. Like, why wouldn't the artist release their music there? So it's just now trying to see how the artist can get paid from that. Like, and
yeah.
if it's more or less beneficial from the traditional drops on YouTube and the other DSPs.
And that's the reason. That's why I was kind of getting to. It's like, I mean, this may be a reach, but I was thinking, like, is this a way, like, just a little bit ahead of the curve, like a way for them to, without just going to full direct to consumer with like a website or something like that? Do you think like this is like the new way that they just starting to drop music like directly to the fans versus having to go through whatever vetting process you have to do to make it a single?
I wouldn't say that because it's still getting cleared and all this other stuff. I don't think
Yeah,
nobody is just creating stuff and dropping it, especially if you sign to a label. It still got
yeah,
to get cleared by the label to go out. So
yeah,
all of the processes have to be met, and that's why when Drake was just dropping stuff, um, UMG was pulling it down because he wasn't going through the proper channels
yeah,
um, to get it released. He was trying to do it on his own without it going through the chain of command, and that's why I was getting pulled. So I think anything we seeing is getting vetted and cleared to be released. Like when J. Cole dropped Clouds, and we're not gonna talk about him, right now. But when
yeah,
J. Cole dropped Clouds on his blog, I know you remember like when I told you, I was like, dang, my reaction out of all the reactions got blocked worldwide.
uh huh,
But it was just I was just only seeing mine. So as I started searching, I was like, oh, they all getting pulled. And then
yeah.
after that, I searched it and found out it was on streaming services. So they blocked it so they could get him to release it the proper way.
Yeah, because
And I know
technically, I mean, technically, he didn't really even like release it. Like it was through the blog, like his, the inedible like blog stuff, and somebody ripped it from the blog and then posted it, and then that's how it made its rounds
But he still can't.
circulating.
He can't do that though,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
because one way or another, he signed to Universal too, because he's on the Interscope.
Really, J. Cole
And,
and
and
Interscope?
J. Cole is on. Let me pull it up and make sure. But if I'm not mistaken, J. Cole is signed to Interscope, and we all know Interscope is under the
Yeah, yeah.
Universal.
Damn.
Um,
So him and Kendrick came through
and
Interscope.
Drake. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Okay. I didn't know that.
Let me pull it up to
Oh
verify.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he not on Rock Nation no more, right?
No, he's under exclusive license to Interscope Records.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah. So the label. I think we're seeing now that you can't play with the labels, especially with everything being digitized. They able to pull it. You know what I mean? And that's why all of the reactions got blocked temporarily, and then they were made visible once it went back up to streaming services. Hold on, let me see what Night talking about.
I'll just read it.
Big Sean is Subliminal sneak diss and Kendrick Lamar again on his new freestyle. I didn't hear it, but
I
I
didn't
only
hear it
listened to
either.
it once. If you don't mind, put some of the lines in there so we can see what's going on, because I didn't catch it.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either. I would have said something if I thought it was a diss in there.
Yeah, shout out to Drake, our Renegade Dakota. He be having his way like all through the Decipher group chat on Patreon. Dreamville / Interscope. That's how he got all the TDE features. Oh, okay. And that's what I was saying. Like he's under the Universal under the Universal tree. Let me see what else is going on. Okay, we do have a super chat. First super chat of the evening from Miss Mia, wrench holder and member and patron, and the producer of the February edition of Decipher Truly Yours, which we will be recording to. No, we won't be recording tomorrow. We're doing section 205 tomorrow. So we will do episode 2 of Truly Yours next Sunday because of a scheduling conflict. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about that. I didn't put that up there with Drake getting his tour rescheduled. One time for DJ's vocals and the shoulder shimmy. You was dancing while I was trying to pull up the
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, really?
You going rogue, gang? You doing you got you a little let's see. Peachy Key said, shoot, I wonder if his departure from Rock Nation was after Jay-Z told Drake in front of him, give him a hit. No, that was like 14 years ago. That was like when J. Cole was having an issue getting his feet off the ground before the Sideline story came out. When he was basically biting Drake style with blow up and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And fun fact, he probably won't admit it, but J. Cole was dissing Drake on Who That.
I think we talked about that. I think we in the Kendrick versus Drake beat retros. I think we mentioned that in that video, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, but yeah, he was definitely dissing Drake and that shit. I don't care what nobody say.
Shout out to Naya. She said, "Why Drake got removed from Instagram though?" Elaborate on that, and we'll come back to you.
I think they talking about the songs he had put up through Instagram.
Oh, because he wasn't going through the proper channels. So if you do notice, all of those songs that he dropped, they got pulled, ended up on streaming service. Universal was like, you can't circumvent the system, so they made him put them up.
The only one that didn't go up, other than Taylor Made, is the Buried Alive. The little flip remix he did. That didn't make it to streaming service. Like once that came down, you just got to YouTube that one to listen to.
Yeah, because it probably wasn't worth the trouble of releasing that as an official song.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did they put the diss in there? Because I like I said, I don't remember hearing no diss in the Big Sean song. It may have went over my head.
Cute ass raps. Get your puberty up. Shout out to Unapologetic. Let me see.
Because pull up the lyrics.
Shout out to Gen X Gemini in the chat. Wrench holder, member, and Dakota. Heard his book was good too. As long as he's mentally healthy and happy, I'm happy for him. He's talented. just the worst timing. Yeah, I think 2024 was a bad year for him. Like he just couldn't catch a break. Um, and everything he did seemed to get overshadowed by what was going on. But instead of going with the current, he kept fighting it, and I think that hurt the quality of not the quality, but I think it hurt um the reception of his project. I think if he would have waited and dropped it now, I don't think I would have liked it anymore, but I think it probably would have been better received because it's we you got a captive audience. So let's say he dropped it in March. Like if he dropped it in 2 weeks from now, I think it would have fared better than it did back then. Because it wasn't unknown that was super current, so he could have waited. Okay, they ain't talking to us. Trying to get me to move there, and I'm probably going. My baby girl's down in Beham by way of Cali. Okay. Um, it's it's like any other city. It's got good and bad. Let me see. Shout
Yeah.
out to Leonardo Thomas. I'd win. Salute to y'all.
Oh, I get it. I caught that.
Um,
That's
um,
that's a it's an anime reference.
oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, it's an anime called Jujutsu Kaisen, and one of the main guys in there from the manga. If you read the manga, it's like a quote in there when he's about to start fighting. He's like, "Nah, I'll win," But I get that. I caught that.
Okay,
So,
because I don't know
yeah,
what the hell.
yeah.
I'm tired of Big Sean trying to slick come for K-Dot. Janae can't say that ninja from the Wrath of the West, so he better watch how he moving. What did he say?
Hey, I'm when you was talking, I was literally reading the lyrics. I don't see anything. Maybe I'm tripping.
Oh yeah. Naya, when he got into it with Kanye and just out of nowhere, his whole album got leaked. That was unfortunate. That was really unfortunate. I still don't think he had to drop. I still don't think he had to drop. I think he could have, like he did, but I don't think he had to drop necessarily. He could have stepped back and really reviewed the album and saw what was going on, and if need be, retool. And with everything that was going on, he could have just said, "I'm gonna take a step back, and I'll be back next year." Okay, we are the cipher. Big Sean said on his first verse, freestyle fresh backstage passes, meaning everybody can't have all access, can't have step if you ain't choreographed. Eh, well, Big Sean in the video,
Bro,
subliminally, Big
every time
Sean is
somebody
subliminally
say,
dissing Kendrick, not like us when he was stepping and hopscotch and Mr. Morale, Big Steppers, saying that he wasn't. eh,
I
I don't know. That at this point, if you ain't saying nothing about nothing, don't say nothing. And
yeah,
I don't hear that as enough to because I
yeah.
also think at this point, like after Kendrick and Drake, and after the issues that quote unquote issues that Big Sean and Kendrick had earlier, like if you're gonna say something, you gotta say something. If J. Cole said something coded in clouds when he was referencing the gaming experience, that's not enough. So like if you're gonna go at Kendrick now, you kind of gotta pop out and say something. You can't just utter like little half or double decoded or double coded subliminals and expect it to be anything but you looking more and more like a punk. You feel what I'm saying? Like you just saw he was outside, so it ain't no need if you got something on your mind that you want to get off at. It's no time like the present.
Hey, just like that interview I sent y'all with Charlemagne when he was talking to Big Sean.
I
He was
guess we'll
like,
never know.
he's like, "Oh man, I'm glad you stepped out because that could have been you, Big Sean."
Yeah, and Big Sean knew it. He wasn't really trying to you feel me? Shout out to Miss Mia said you got to pop out of show. Exactly. You got like at this point, we're not taking yeah, you crash out, then you better break the backboard. So anything other than that, we're not hearing it. I don't care about no subliminals. Like you really gotta be saying you gotta take aim. Like just like what Joey did, we don't at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, we
If
don't
I'm
condone that.
Kendrick, I could care less about any subliminal. Attack me, so we
Yeah,
can go. So I can decide whether or not I want to shoot your head off or not.
yeah.
But other than that, don't sneak this me. When I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. You feel me? So You already know how I'm coming, so there's no need for a sneak this. Shout out to V Conley for the super chat. Watching WWE Elimination Chamber and Drake is in the crowd. Gang trying to be visible. He don't. I don't think he can handle not being in the limelight. So any way he can remain visible is important to him. And also he got a lot of hands in his pocket. So that visibility helps him continue to promote his brand. And I'm not knocking that, shoot, Steak, they got you outside. You got to make that money. You got to stay on the stroll. I don't care what them high heels looking like. You got to stay on the stroll till your heels break.
Especially since these sold out tours got canceled.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Let me pull that up real quick.
Like that's crazy. I ain't never heard of a sold out tour being canceled. I mean, I done heard the tours being canceled due to low ticket sales, but sold out tours? Looking a little shaky, baby. Oh no. Looking a little shaky, baby. I don't know about that one.
I was about to buy a monitor today, but I couldn't tell if it was gonna be the right size or if it was gonna do right. So I didn't want to waste no money. But I am gonna get another monitor, so this won't be as difficult to do. Give me 1 second.
Shout out to JS Gemini. She said his soul was sold out. That's it.
You know what they say? It's sold separately. Oh, that's what we gotta talk about. We gotta talk about. We gotta ask the chat how they feel about the
Freddie versus Cole. Yeah,
that's something that we
sold separately.
Okay,
and then in relation to Freddie and Drake with the whole he stole my shit and the dollar signs and all that. I mean, that's
Okay, can you see this? Let me make sure we got out of some chat. Shout out to Gen X Gemini. She gifted 5 Decipher memberships. And if you receive one of those gifted memberships, we got a lot of stuff over there, man. We got the series that we're working on, Decipher Road to 100. We're 11 episodes in, so that's 55 albums in of the top 100. Well, not top 100, but of 100 albums that came out in 2024 that we're working our way through to get to our top 10 album of the year, but our larger top 25 albums of the year in 2024. So if you were looking for albums to listen to that you may not have heard last year due to the beef or just wanted some additional content, you have the ability to sample some of that with that gifted membership. And if you like it, go ahead and extend and become a member full time.
It's definitely some gems. If y'all go through and watch them episodes, bro, a lot of the albums that we naming, it's a lot of diamonds in the roughs, man. Like a lot of good albums came out last year. Like, do not sleep on the year 2024 just because Drake and Kendrick was the highlight. Like a lot of good music came out last year, and we still not through getting through that album list. So I think that's definitely a treat for sure. And then of course, if y'all disagree with all of our takes and opinions on these albums, because truthfully, we're not able to give these albums 100% of what they deserve, a lot of them, because we're trying to speed run through them. So even if we got an opinion, like I guarantee you, like if we had more time and if it is something really good, we'd have, a more elaborate opinion on it. But either way, it's a good serving of a lot of different types of music in terms of rap. So I think y'all enjoy, going through those episodes and picking out albums that y'all may not have heard, artists y'all may not have listened to, and get y'all set up some new, expansion in your music. So definitely go check that out.
For sure. And let's get to this. Fans react to Drake postponing Remain and Anita Max Win tour dates. I don't think this is what I'm trying to read, and I'm not trying to join the Billboard newsletter. Okay, we are actively working on rescheduling these dates along with adding some additional shows, the rep added. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and appreciate your patience. Drake and the entire team have had an incredible time doing these shows and are expected to return soon. We look forward to sharing the rescheduled dates with you as soon as possible. Let me see. Okay, I want to actually get to this ain't what I'm looking for. But we pretty much know what happened, right? The situation was at least from Drake's representation, was that there were 12 days in between the last four shows that they had, and he
Yeah.
didn't want to cover the cost, solely. But I'm like, Drake, you knew it was gonna be 12 days when you booked it. And if it sold out, there's no reason for you to do that. So in my opinion, that doesn't make sense as to why you would cancel the show. But did you see the video of when, like, the last night that he performed, when he was trying to get some feedback from the crowd when he was performing, started from the bottom,
Yeah. And I
and
mean,
they
you
weren't
can't
saying
hear them.
nothing,
Yeah, they can't rap it back. Yeah. And he
and you
just kind
could
of like
tell,
F this. He was
yeah, and you could
defeated in
tell
that
like
shit.
that was kind of demoralizing.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I
what you
was like,
think though? Well, what you think gonna happen exactly? I mean, this ain't
what
even
you-
your targeted demographic. You just over here to do it as just to save face, bro. Like, let's just be
but,
real about it.
but when he first got there, it was kind of turned. So I think he might have just ran to a bad crowd. And I also think, and I could be wrong,
That
but
happens. That happens. It does.
yeah, because and also this is a thing that I'm starting to see too, um, with Live Nation. I'm guessing because I don't know if Live Nation was over the tour, but there is a thing with the companies that the tour is being held under buying the tickets and being
Yeah.
responsible for making extra money on resale.
Mhm.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's something they've been accused of prior. So if that is really what's going on and they bought the tickets up and they were having trouble reselling them to actually put butts in seats, I could see
Oh,
that being a reason why
yeah.
the tickets, I mean, why the tour was canceled, because they couldn't get people to buy the tickets that were already purchased by whoever was in charge of running the tour. Because it kind of makes sense when you look at it from the perspective of when they do the pre-sales, like Amex,
Yeah.
Cash App, MasterCard, whoever. And
Yeah.
then after that, it goes into the active sale. But by that point, a lot of the tickets are already bought. It does not make it does not make well, it makes logical sense that they will purchase the tickets and basically gouge the prices through resale.
Yeah.
Because have you ever noticed like how hard it is to buy an original ticket when you go to a concert?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I really wouldn't be surprised. Like a lot of these like ticketing services like SeatGeek and okay, hold on, we might need a sponsorship one day. But some of these ticketing services are buying the tickets beforehand and reselling them,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
also getting money off of the service fees and all of the other stuff. While they make it seem like they're helping you, get these good seats, it's actually them selling you a ticket they already purchased and upcharging you.
and I didn't even think about that. Now that makes more sense in terms of why a sold out show could be canceled or rescheduled if it ain't something life threatening. Because, like you
Mm,
said, if they already bought these tickets and they having issues reselling them to make their money back, then yeah, I mean the tour is a wash. And it's so crazy to think about it. Well, I mean, granted, this was prior to the beef, but the fact that Drake was able to go on two legs of that tour, on the
mhm.
Four the Dogs tour and all that, and you ain't never heard no issues about none of no type of shit like that. So that just lets me know that regardless of how he try to be like seen out in the open in public, like he's unbothered and none of this stuff is affecting him, like all the people around him says like I just seen Drake talk to him yesterday. None of this shit is affecting him. He was like none of this even happened. You a damn lie, bro. You a damn
Yeah,
lie. This shit is definitely the shit you get your ass whooped has affected your bottom dollar. Period. I don't care what you say because people are now more hip to and more understanding to a lot of the bullshit that you've been doing over these that you've been able to skate by with, and people not, you know what I'm saying, settling down for that shit no more. Like we're like, no, we want some real shit. Like get your shit
yeah.
together.
And you've been categorized as uncool and weird now. So it's like now it's going to be fun and recreational for people to troll you. Like it was a video of him in Australia, and whoever the DJ was playing either Squabble Up was playing, I think, like Squabble Up while Drake was
Damn.
at the day party. And
Yeah.
one of the dudes was like, one of the random people was like they're recording and like scream and squabble, whatever song they was playing or TV off or something like that. And Drake was there, and you could tell he looked visibly uncomfortable. And it's just like, yeah, bro, you're very affected. You're very uncomfortable. Anytime you get a chance to say something, you're trying too hard to make it seem like you're not bothered, but then you walk out on stage first night of the tour with a whole bunch of bullet holes in your back and a smoke machine hooked up to you, spitting the smoke out. It's like, bro, you're extremely bothered, and that's okay. Just acknowledge that you bothered, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know
Like
if you've seen it.
if he just came out and admitted it, like in a song, like ultimately what's going to win people over is the music, okay? And if you put some type of soul, some type of authenticity in the work, it will show and people will gravitate to that. Like truly be vulnerable, not the fake bravado that you've been doing in all these years. Some real vulnerability in your raps and in your songs to show like, so you not above, what I'm saying, human emotion in a sense. Like, I mean, I know Drake is considered the emotional rapper, but for the most part, the bigger he's gotten, he understands or feels like he's not relatable to the average person's emotions, or he's not relatable just to the average person in general. He feels like he's so far above that. And now that he's been humbled, he is knocked down a peg, he don't know how to cope or really connect to the people because for all these years, he been shitting on people. Let's just be for real. Like he shits on the average person. He shits on his peers in music. Like he shits on everybody that he gets around and all the relationships that he has or transactions. And he wonders why that in the midst of his biggest moment, his like when he really needed the help, nobody came to his aid. Nobody spoke up for him. Nobody went to bat for Drake. He just got his ass whooped in front of the fucking world, and nobody reached out to him and picked him up or none of that shit. You gotta wonder why. Like it's just until he realized that shit, like he's still gonna go through this shit longer than he has to. Like he
Yeah.
gotta learn how to take an L.
Did you see the video that Deleted just put out about his obsession with Rihanna?
No, I ain't seen it. I saw it like on my timeline, but I ain't
Watch
seen it
that
yet.
video and it'll
Yeah.
completely change how you feel about Drake and his ego.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it'll give you more context on why he lives in his ego so much. But let me shout out to Drake, a member. He said Drake rescheduled the Nashville Biggest Award date twice. This is a very Drake move. He wake up and be like, F them shows.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he canceled the Birmingham show when he was
He did.
scheduled to come
He
here.
did.
Like he canceled that shit maybe like a month before he was able to come. So yeah, I mean this ain't new. So I get it.
Let me see. Let me see.
And the crazy, I
It
was
was something
actually
else
gonna
I
go
saw.
to that show. That was the crazy. That's why I was low key kind of pissed off back then.
Um, Shout out to Black Healer. She said a Live Nation is under investigation by the U.S. for being a monopoly, but this is not a Drake issue. He scheduled too many shows for the Australian market and economy. It started to run
Okay.
out. The
Okay.
supply outweighed the demand, so people stopped being so excited about buying tickets because he flooded the market. Okay, that's a very interesting look into this. He
Okay.
gave them more than they was willing to handle, and then he ran out. Uh, Let me see. When is shout out to Night Night? When is ESPN going to show Drake interview dissing Kendrick Lamar? That interview like 14 years old now. It's never
Yeah.
gonna come out. But for the people who don't know, I think he was getting interviewed by Marcellus Wiley
Yeah.
and somebody else, and he started dissing Kendrick Lamar all crazy. It never got aired because it was pre-recorded. And then he called back and told the higher ups at ESPN if they put the interview out, he's not going to host the ESPYs. And as you can see, it never came out.
And Marcellus Wilder, he got on my nerves for years, bro, because he was milking the fuck out of this secret interview recording or whatever it is, trying to leak, tidbits of information from it little by little, because he has no other credibility outside of playing football. Um, so yeah, that was just kind of lame. I hated him doing that for them years.
It's competition. You got to do whatever you got to do to stay
But
to
the
stay relevant.
information, but the information he was leaking wasn't even like enough to like You know what I'm saying? To keep people like it was just he was lame, bro. I'm sorry, he was clout chasing to me. I ain't like this shit.
Okay, so for the week of March 1st, which is last week, let me pull it up so y'all can see it. Talk about the Hot 100, and then we'll go into the Billboard, the 200 albums, and see what that's looking like. Okay, so for Billboard Hot 100 for the week of March 1st, we got Luther at number 1. We got Not Like Us at number 2, who just dropped from number 1. Die with a Smile from Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. What happened to the song with Bruno Mars in
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red? It must be studied. TV Off at number 4. Squabble Up at number 5. Give me a hug at number 6. APT featuring Rose and Bruno Mars. Okay, Bruno Mars, you got a couple songs in the top 10.
Yeah, because
Birds
that
of a Feather,
nigga he
Billie
had dead.
Eilish. A bar song featured by Shabuzi and Nokia in number 10. And let me go back and let's see what the give me 1 second. I hate the Billboard doesn't seem user friendly. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Also, I think this is the first week. Yeah, this was his first week. So I need the March 8th ones. Because it's got GNX at 3. Oh, hold on. So how many did it sell this week? So I think this is the last week. Because or did it somehow catch and beat Sabrina Carpenter for number 1? And because I know Kendrick was around 108 and Drake was around 117. So I wish I could see the numbers and what the numbers were officially. But yeah, Drake came in at number 1 last week. Also, this was a debut. This is a debut. Okay, so and this is 1 week on the chart. So this is not the second week. This is the last week. So what's up?
Naya in the chat said they don't update till Monday. The chart.
Okay. So yeah. So they were saying that the race was between Kendrick and Drake for number 2. And last I heard, Drake was up by on the way to 10,000 sales. So we'll see, because that was going to be very embarrassing for Drake for his second week to lose to Kendrick on his 12th week. That was going to be crazy, and that was going to be one of those things that just it shouldn't be happening, especially if you're such a huge artist. Your second week sales lose to somebody who 3 months out. So that would have been another blow to his ego. So I think at least for Drake's mental health, I'm glad that he got number 2. So he didn't have another reason to crash out. You just lost whatever you was gonna make from those last 4 tour dates, at least for the current. Now people thinking you a liar for running out on the tour. You definitely had a severe drop off from your first week numbers to your second week numbers, and you almost lost the dot in your second week against his 12th week. So at least your numbers argument is intact a little bit for this second week, and Kendrick is dominating the Hot 100 as far as singles go. You know, you got a couple in the top 10, but you still a long ways from that number 1 spot. So they're gonna have to work them singles. But it's also showing that Universal is working his singles. I was watching DJ Head, and he was reading some article, and a lot of it was basically saying that Universal has taken the solo Drake songs, and Universal is actively working the solo Drake songs like No Kid and Give Me a Hug. And Republic is working, and OVO, Santa, whoever, they are working the rest of the album with the Party Next Door and Drake stuff.
Okay.
So that's just to kill the narrative that Universal is not pushing this. Is not pushing this record. They are trying to get songs from this record to actively get plays on the radio and to make its way into the Billboard charts, because they benefit from that.
Exactly. So that's why ultimately at the end of the day, this lawsuit is fucking stupid still. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah. And also, speaking of lawsuit, there was a settlement reached between Drake and
I heard. Mm-hmm.
Let me see
Yeah.
if I can pull that up because they didn't. iHeartRadio, at least from the last time I saw, have not commented.
iHeartMedia, are they based out of New York or Texas?
I'm not sure, but
I
this is
think
per.
I think they're
Um,
based out of New York because that's where he ended the Spotify petition against them was out of New York.
he might have sued them in Texas. I'm not sure. Let me see. Yeah, this is in Houston. It was in
Houston.
Texas.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. Houston, Drake has reached a settlement with Texas-based iHeartMedia in his ongoing legal dispute over Kendrick Lamar's diss track "Not Like Us," according to court records. In November, Drake filed a legal petition in Bexar County, Texas, where San Antonio is located, alleging that iHeartMedia had received illegal payments from Universal to boost radio airplay for "Not Like Us." UMG is the parent record label for Drake and Kendrick Lamar. The petition, a precursor to a potential lawsuit, has sought depositions from corporate representatives of both companies. In a court document filed Thursday, attorneys for Drake said the rapper and iHeartMedia had reached an amicable resolution of the dispute, but did not offer any other information. We are pleased that the parties were able to reach a settlement satisfactory to both sides and have no further comment on this matter, Drake's legal team said in a statement. In an
Hey,
email
Skip,
Friday, go ahead.
hold on. Skip, are you presenting something?
Oh, my bad.
Okay. I mean, I just
Um,
thought because it wasn't showing up. I
I
didn't.
should be. Hold on, let me. I might need to remove it and add because I was still. It was still like the. Hold on, my bad, y'all. I'm glad you said something because I didn't know.
Yeah, I
I
just
was
didn't want
gonna
to. I didn't want to interrupt you. But yeah, it wasn't showing us.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad, y'all. My bad. In an email Friday, iHeartMedia declined to comment on the settlement. The claims against UMG remain active, and a hearing on a motion by UMG's lawyers to dismiss the petition was scheduled to be held Wednesday in a San Antonio courtroom. Drake has alleged, UMG engaged in irregular and inappropriate business practices to get radio airplay for "Not Like Us." The petition also alleges that UMG knew the song itself, as well as its accompanying album art and music video, attacked the character of another one of UMG's most prominent artists, Drake, by falsely accusing him of being a sex offender, engaging in pedophilic acts, harboring sex offenders, and committing other criminal sexual acts. Okay, and this is just more of the yada yada. Um, Now, additional piece to all of this was they were about to start an investigation on iHeart for
Payola.
payola, but guaranteeing artists um airplay on the radio if they took a reduced amount to perform at the festival.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think, and other people think, they're theorizing that that federal investigation is a part of the reason why iHeartMedia went ahead and settled, because they were going to have to do a deposition that could have possibly implicated them and Universal Music Group. So it may not
Is that
even be that they settled on merit of what Drake said. They just didn't want to get deposed and create larger problems that ain't got nothing to do with Drake.
in the words of Warrior Mall, open the books up.
Yeah. And I think that's what Drake is doing, because he knows, and like I said, like whatever dirt is going on in the music industry, Drake has been benefiting from it all of this
Yeah.
time. So with this situation, it just got him to be like, you know what? I'm gonna blow the whole spot up, and then I'm gonna make y'all do what y'all supposed to do for me, because I know what y'all doing back there. Because y'all, like we said, like bro, they doing it for you too. Why are you tripping? But he was like, nah, they didn't do it when I needed them to or when I wanted them to. So
Yeah.
I'm talking. So he told. Shout out to Leonardo Thomas with the super chase. Said, bro, Nardo Wick new album isn't exactly bad, but almost like Lil Baby, I can't digest the surface level rap no more. I'm no traditional hip hop. I'm not traditional hip hop 100%, but real lyricism is the new smack for 2025. Um, I agree. I think it just gets to a point where it's like,
It's repetitive, bro.
yeah, I'm tired of hearing you say the same nothingness over and over. Like the stuff that you drop over and over, it's on similar beats. The content is similar. You're not doing nothing creative or experimental with your sound, so it just get boring after a while. Like I
Yeah,
remember when I heard Lil Baby for the first time. I think it was harder than ever, or whatever the case is. Like 2017. I was like, bruh, he is special. Little baby is boring now because he don't have
yeah,
nothing to talk about. He's scared to rap because he's scared to go to jail. He's not
yeah.
inventive.
Hmm.
He was walking in the shoes of Rich Homie Quan and Future when he came out. So it's just like you're
Hmm.
not offering nothing new to the space.
Right.
Artistically, you're not creative. So now it's just like, bro, don't nobody want to hear that shit no more, bro.
Yeah.
And Gunna
Like,
like went to jail and came back not with a whole new style, but like with a whole new like energy and confidence. Like I
yeah,
think after that first album, he realized like that he didn't need niggas. Like that
yeah,
he really was one of the ones like Lil Baby was doing a favor to Lil Baby by getting close to Gunna.
yeah.
Shout out to educate you too with the $9 $10 super sticker, much appreciated. Thank you guys for sponsoring the chat. Let me see what some of the it's a lot of comments. Y'all be talking, boy.
Yeah. I appreciate it though.
Shout out to Drake. He said, "What's the dirt?" Said Neo. He said Drake is Neo in the Matrix,
No.
taking on Agent Smith, Lucian Grains. I 3000% don't agree with that.
Oh
Um,
no, 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 no,
But
no,
you
no, no,
but you
no,
know they
no,
trying
no,
to make
no.
him like such a sympathetic figure, like he's doing something for the greater
No,
good. It's like,
no,
bro, ain't nobody going for that shit. And
no,
what's the dirt?
no.
We've been through you out of the culture, bro. You don't have any merit to say anything of substance in relation to hip hop as it stands. Shout out to Night Night. Will decipher Drake and J. Cole plans was to double team Kendrick, trying to get Kendrick Lamar out of hip hop because they are both jealous. I mean, yeah, I think they was just trying to. I think they were hanging on to the fact that Kendrick wasn't active. So they was trying to hang their nuts in his absence. And hopefully by the time he came back, the narrative was gonna change. But he came back earlier than they thought, and he handled business
Yeah,
and shut their goof ass up. And now they still trying their hardest to just galvanize their fans. You feel what I'm saying?
I guess I guess some happy dad chicks still clearing because what's the dirt really said Drake is Neo in the Matrix and UNG is what? Like,
um,
come on, bro. Like, in the words of the young kids now, the glazing is the same, bro.
but he
I'm
getting
sorry.
paid, so is it still glazing?
It is. It's
Shout out
still
to
glazing.
I'll just say SW. The FCC is investigating iHeartMedia for potential payola violations.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Unapologetic, allegedly. Where's the court docs? That irks me. Me too. Like, I know when they get released, shout out to Absolute. She'll do a full stream discussing
For
what's going
real.
on in those court docs.
Yeah,
But I think
absolutely.
also
Yeah.
the terms of the settlement won't be in the actual document, but hopefully it's something in there that gives at least a little bit of
Credence to
insight to what's going
yeah,
on.
yeah. This
Um,
the same dude count 37 ninjas. Speak on nothing.
exactly. Like don't nobody care what he's talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody cares what he's talking about. Let me see. Shout out to excuse me, Takia Smith. I watched the interview with Gunner today. He says he's intentional with not being repetitive, and he's purposely trying to give his fans more of him. And I can hear that in his music. I mean, he's still dealing with it a little bit, but it's not plaguing him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like he's finding his signature style. It's not
Yeah.
like because one of one and what was the one that came out before that? Gift and a Curse.
I think one was the one that came up before. Then he had this latest one that we reviewed. What was the name of that?
It was 101, bro. Let me pull up his catalog.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like,
But
granted,
I think it was Gift and a Curse.
I'm not the biggest fan of Gunna, but I respect his, like you said, the intention that he's going with. Like, like you can tell he's like trying to carve. his own lane and truly like separate himself from YSL, Baby, and all them niggas. Just to, like truly stand on his own. And like whenever I see somebody doing it, like I gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna knock that shit. Somebody trying to stand on their own to be their own man and make their own way for themselves. So that I respect and I applaud because you can see the steps he's making, like coming out of prison. First of all, getting healthy, brother, lost
Mhm.
weight, like he's active. You know what I'm saying? Like he's taking the necessary steps in life. You know what I'm saying, to be a better person, or just not necessarily a better person. I won't say that because I don't know him personally, but just to be a better version of himself. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So I respect that more than anything. So like anytime, like I'm not gonna shit on Gunna. Like I'm not gonna do that. So
Shout out to Gen X Gemini. They haven't posted on the docket. I don't trust any of the info about the settlement or Aubrey adding Super Bowl to an updated lawsuit. Yeah, I need to see it in writing. I'm not going for none of it until I see it in writing.
yeah. Yeah, that's mass hysteria type reporting in terms of like what people been saying, and I ain't seen no proof of it nowhere that the Super Bowl performance has been, put into litigation. So I ain't seen that.
This is Night Night. We are deciphered on the Drake song "Evil Ways." J. Cole and Drake was Subliminal. Yeah, absolutely. Sneak
Oh,
this and
uh-huh.
Kendrick Lamar on that song. You ain't gotta call him King Kendrick Lamar. Just call him Kendrick Lamar. Just call him K. Dot.
Yeah.
On that song, J. Cole said "Free the slaves,"
And
and J.
DNA
Cole said
rearranged.
"DNA rearranged." Like I said, it's cute. Like at that, like because now, even if you what y'all was doing that little kitty girly like mean girl stuff, he beat Drake up. He rearranged his face.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And his
No
DNA just
face.
splattered all across the street.
No face. No
And now
face.
he's fighting for
No face. No face. No face.
he's fighting to be he's fighting to stay out of obscurity. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
and now J. Cole, if he is doing this, he's hiding behind triple coded subliminals. They're so subliminal. He in the studio like, and it's just like, bro, don't nobody know that that's what it is. And even if people do think it, they're not gonna respect it. It's not like, oh, Kendrick gotta say something. You
Like
feel
that
what I'm
shit
saying? It's like,
lame.
bro, we don't believe you. You need more people. If you're gonna pop back outside, you gotta, because now if J. Cole want to say something, J. Cole gonna have to actually come out and diss Kendrick again.
And yep.
He gonna have to set it off again because he did it last time in Pump Fake. And
Yep.
speaking of J. Cole,
Yeah.
bro, he just keep finding his way in these videos because he's the bane of my hip hop existence. But I was watching the Bigger Picture. Shout out to Elliot Wilson, DJ Head, and Jeremy Heck. But on their show, they had Will I Am as a guest. I think it was the episode that aired today.
Okay.
And Will I Am basically said he's a shadow boxer. He was like, you can't keep
Oh,
inviting people to the function and not pulling up with hands. You can't keep
that's
doing it because it's
we
like
we
at some point,
we
what
said
you
the
saying?
same thing. We said the same thing. Like he be
Exactly, but it
shadow
was
about.
just yeah, it was just big coming from Will I Am, who's like an accomplished artist. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's just because he was asking for clarity because he was like, okay, explain it to me. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to step into this and say something out of turn and then now I'm in it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So he was just like, okay, like he keeps, trying to claim this peaceful thing as a way to ultimately be on to have a out. But in the same thing, you keep recreationally talking about how you gonna do people. You know what I mean? But it's like at a certain point, like once you actually were presented with the opportunity to box, anytime after that, when you talking about boxing, you are defined as a shadow boxer. Until you get in the ring, you
Yeah.
are a shadow boxer. And nobody wants to hear nothing about you fighting until you actually fight, especially with you inviting niggas to the fight. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But yeah, I saw that when I was at Costco, and I was just like, dang, like it's sprinkling around. It's getting to the point where he's going to have to do something, and that leads
Yeah.
me to the question I want to execute, and more importantly, ask the chat: who do y'all think will win in a rap battle if he participated?
Yeah.
Freddie Gibbs or J. Cole? And I'm talking about if he actually participated. We're not gonna say that he backed out. Like if J. Cole actually went through it, 3 songs apiece with Freddie Gibbs, who y'all got winning? And while they
Um,
start answering, who you got, DJ?
um, I like Freddie Gibbs, but I still think Cole is the better technical rapper. So in terms of like actually rapping, I say Cole, but I think he's gonna do a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of light jabs. I feel, and Freddie gonna come and knock his fucking head off. Like he not gonna be playing with you, bro. Like I think you gonna really underestimate him, and then he'll come in there. He gonna say some shit and be like, "What the fuck?" Like yeah, like because he coming to knock your head off. He not coming to shadow box and train with you with the bag. Like he's coming to fight you. He's coming to beat you the fuck up.
Yeah.
So in terms of the actual battle, in terms of the J Cole we have right now, he will lose to Freddie Gibbs because I don't think he's gonna go deep enough or hit hard enough to where it's gonna make Freddie be like, "All right, bro, chill, bro. I'm good." You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no shit like that. Like it's just gonna be a lot of great technical rapping, but he ain't gonna be saying shit. So I mean that's just how I feel about it. Like until he proves otherwise to me that he can go 1-on-1 with a nigga, get that nigga out the paint like he said he can do niggas, I'm just gonna automatically defer to the other person. That's just me. So
and and I think Freddie one of them people. Like I don't know if you ever met a person like this. It's like when you trying to crack on them, like don't nothing stick.
yeah.
Like probably
Mhm.
because they've been cracked on so much, like they get to a point where like it ain't nothing you can say to embarrass them. It ain't nothing that they ain't heard. It ain't nothing that they ain't experienced. But when they crack on you, it feel like every one of them jokes hit like a brick from 100 feet away. Like
Yeah, they
you know
just
what I'm saying?
take whatever you say to them, absorb it, and make themselves stronger. They hit you back
Exactly.
with a punch even harder.
And I think that's the situation that he would end up in with Freddie Gibbs, because I
Yeah.
think all of the ammunition that he would try to use, I think a lot of losing in a rap battle, a big part of that comes from the shame that is felt by the people who are consuming the music.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Because we're consuming it kind of like vicariously, like we're living that moment vicariously with the listener. I mean,
Right.
with the
Yeah.
opposing
Yeah. I
artist or
get what
whatever.
you're saying.
But I think if it come to a point where it's like, oh, like we know Gibbs don't care. Like, what you gonna talk
Yeah.
about? Like him getting jumped by Freddie and them? I mean, by Ben and them.
Mhm.
Good night, bud. I love you. All right, buddy.
Good night, Roro. Good night, Roro.
But good night, baby. I think if I think like you said, I think Freddie will take all of that in, and people be like, bro, like that ain't enough. And then he
Yeah.
gonna come attacking his credibility, saying that he been shadow boxing, like he pretending to be super hip hop and super humble, but nigga, we still ain't seen you to this day in a Corolla. You jealous of Kendrick. You riding a bike because it's easier to get around in Manhattan on a bike,
Yeah.
not because you super humble and relatable. Like
Yeah.
all of these things, like you just pretending to be woke when it was time to show that. Cause truth be told, like, have we ever heard of J. Cole donating to any organizations? I
No.
know that that's not to say that he isn't doing anything, but with the type of branding that J. Cole has, what have they said that he did other than buying the house that
Oh,
his
for the
mama
people.
stayed in and making it available for?
Exactly.
But
I
anything
think
other than that?
I think I did hear something back during the rollout for Forest Hills Drive when he
Back
was
during the rollout, huh?
the damn, that's
Yeah,
crazy. But
back during the
but
rollout, huh?
yeah, like back during the rollout, outside of basically him is giving people a chance to rent out his childhood home to get on their feet. He let them rent it out for a year, and then the next person come in, things like that. I think I heard something about him actually building like low income homes, like an actual like
Mm.
housing, like subdivisions in North Carolina
Oh,
for
that's fine.
people. Yeah, so I think I did hear something, but I don't know what came of it.
Okay.
So, but outside of that, outside of the rollout, yeah, he hasn't. I haven't heard him do anything of note to really, give back to the people. No.
Okay, and that's dope if those are if that because I know the thing with the his mom's house. I know that's the actual thing.
Yeah,
So if he is doing that stuff, that's dope. But I do think that would be an angle. I also think another angle would be like, bro, you claim you so hip hop, but why you ain't paid reverence or like worked with none of the legendary hip hop producers? Why don't we have a J. Cole No ID, a J. Cole Ninth Wonder? Like we don't have this, like the stuff that puts you that makes it make sense for how you claim that you this super hip hop dude that just don't want no problems and just want to do hip hop stuff. Like
did he even do a beat with Just Blaze? Like, nigga, you was Rock Nation, Jay Z adjacent for years. You ain't got a Just Blaze beat?
I think No ID is much more or like not even just No ID, but like somebody like Ill Mind. Does he
Yeah,
have
yeah.
anything with Alchemist?
No,
Does he have anything? I wouldn't expect Pete Rock. Um,
nah, nah.
that's like you know what I'm saying. That's over the top to be asking for from a mainstream or just a current artist. Um, but I just think does he have anything with Knife Wonder? You know what I mean? Like I'm not sure because I don't look at the credits on his production, but I know he does a lot of
Yeah, he
that
does a
stuff
lot of his own shit.
or
Yeah,
him and T minus, you know what I'm saying? But the point I'm making is like how hip hop are you if you're not participating in these elements of hip hop? You feel what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
because Kendrick did a gambit of rapping with the legends. Like he
yeah,
got songs with Tribe Called Quest, Busta Rhymes, Talib Kweli, Eminem, Lil Wayne, uh, he Jay Z jumped on the Don't Kill My Vibe remix. You know what I'm saying? Like he's done a lot with the legends. You feel what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
to pay reverence. Like he did stuff with Dre. Um, you know what I mean? Like he's done a lot to show that he's actually invested in the genre of hip hop as far as collaborating with the OGs and parts where it makes sense. But I think if Freddie jump out on him, especially with Freddie having so much work with like the Alchemist and stuff
mhm.
like that, I think
Like,
that'll be an
a
interesting
nigga,
angle for him to take. Even if it's not 100% true, it'll definitely be a good angle for him to take. You know what I'm saying? And I
and then
think
even even if like he does have something somewhere that maybe we not understanding or realizing, it still ain't enough to make you put you on the level that you so hip hop.
yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like most of these people that truly invest in trying to be, you know what I'm saying, super hip hop got more than one, has done multiple things within the culture with these, you know, with the elder statesmen in hip hop and things like that. And the most that I could think of just off top of my head, and then this wasn't even a real song, but he let Nas down. Nas jumped on the remix to that song. And then he of
but
course he
that's because
got
he
the
big for attention. Like that
that
don't count.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I mean by like I don't really consider that a real song because he's kind of just like big for him to get on this shit pretty much. And Mr. Nice Watch. So you can't even get a real whole feature for it because that was just some throwaway bullshit, just to be honest. So
Yeah,
like I don't know, bro. It just seemed like the more and more like when we just really dissect this nigga career, like J. Cole is a fraud, bro. This nigga J. Fold is a fucking fraud, bro.
I
And
I
I
think
hate that. I hate that so much.
I think his rap career was on free trial membership. I just don't think he never went all the way and bought the actual membership. And I'm gonna explain that in a second. But let me read this. Shout out to T Mac for the super chat. Just made it here, enjoying content per usual. Have you all heard about next week's Billboard chart projections? I I haven't seen them. If somebody can find the link to the week of March, well, they said they don't come out to Monday, and I
Yeah,
think we had them last week because we did the stream on Monday or Tuesday, or whenever the case is.
yeah.
Um, but shout out to Gen X Gemini. Hey man, if you're watching the stream, please hit the like so we can get over 100, so it can push us out further into the algorithm. Because I didn't do a super clickbaited title today, so the algorithm isn't going to pick it up like that. So please hit the like button, share the stream, and make sure y'all comment in the chat and drop a couple comments in the comment section on the other side, so YouTube can be like, okay, this live is interesting, people are engaging, so we're gonna push it out to additional people. Um, let me
Oh
see.
damn, I forgot. And shout out to Drake God. Yeah, every day a star born. Hove killed him. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was on what, Blueprint 3?
Blueprint 3. Yep.
Yeah. And now that I'm looking back on it, I can kind of understand why Wale was mad at Cole, bro. Like, bro, you had all the connections, bro. Like, you had everything, bro. And you didn't do shit with it. You didn't do shit with it, bro. Like, let me switch places, bro. Like, let me get over there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I get it, bro.
Shout out to Teresa. Hip Hop DX article, Drake attorney ads not like a Super Bowl performance, a lawsuit. I just need to see it. I need to actually see it in the lawsuit. Like them articles and stuff be cool for reference, but me personally, I need to see it in the article. Shout out to Internet R Bruce. Questlove don't know how to become older without becoming an old head. I think that's just a lot of people issue in general because you start to long for things past.
Yeah.
And that's just like a part of growing old. I think but it is difficult. And but people like Kevin Garnett, and I know this when we talk about music, but people like Kevin Garnett give me hope because he highlights the young people doing it still. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I think he understands that his time is done. So pulling people to a time that they can't visualize in the current only
Yeah.
hurts the craft that you participate in.
Like, yeah, I do feel as though, like, in terms of just enjoyment of music, I think everybody should have their own place in music to where they feel accepted or they have a place that they can always go back to. They can find that moment of nostalgia and happiness again. I feel so that's something that everyone should be entitled to. However, you can't stay in that nostalgia trip forever. Like, time is moving, music is moving, and you got to be able to adapt. And ultimately, if you're not able to adapt to what's coming, just stay out the way, bro. That's just how I feel about it. Like, if you can't adapt, just stay out of the way, stay in your little hole. And it's okay. Like, it's all good. Like, you're not, if you're not meant to be on the forefront, like, it's okay. You don't have to be. Like, just go where you're respected at. Like, don't try to jump out and, what I'm saying, gain new stuff if that's not where your place is. Just go where you're respected and where you're gonna get the most love at. So
Yeah. I'm just going through some of these comments. Said about the bullet. Please highlight what Black Killer said about the bullet. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull it up.
let's see,
Oh,
Bozo's
he
World.
is the bullet that missed Trump. It's so profound and nonsensical. I'm glad the fall off is coming. We talked about that
Yeah,
on the
well, we
last
did.
live, and
Yeah,
the possibility of it being a theme about how he spared Kendrick and that God had other plans, and God's grand plan was not involving him killing Kendrick. So he learned forgiveness and extended the hand of son. If Jesus could extend the hand of Son of Sam and forgive him, then he should be able to extend the hand for people that try him and forget them and continue to walk in the light. It's just so self-righteous, man. It's so self-righteous, bro. And I'm not with that, especially with you constantly talking. If J. Cole was on his big shine, like I'm really trying to, like, I'm writing books, I'm really like practicing what I preach in my music. You feel what I'm saying? If he was on that type of time and wasn't doing a 6-year feature run and talking about who he'll kill, I would understand. But J. Cole is he's on a whole completely different frequency. Like it's like he won't smoke in like Will I Am said he likes the idea of it.
yeah. But that also lets me know that he, content wise, he really doesn't have anything to rap about. Because,
Yeah,
like I told you before, any of this shit dropped, like 90% of Cole's music is inviting violence, is inviting drama to, like, basically anybody who want to rap with me, come step up, I knock your block off. That's 90% of Cole's raps, his entire career.
yeah,
So well, we kept saying that now when you come out with music now, you can't come back with those same type of raps no more because you backed out of the beef. And we seen through at least 3 songs now, because I think he was kind of getting his shit off on T Grizzly song. And then he got Port Antonio. and then now he got on this song Clouds, he's still getting those same ton of bars off. So I just that lets me know like I'm not expecting much from the fall off, bro. I'm just being honest. Because all that shit is gonna be hollow. All of it's gonna
Yeah.
be hollow because that's all he
I,
gonna be rapping about.
I genuinely hope not, man. As a person who actually purchased J. Cole's first 3 albums, um,
Yeah, I
I
bought
do.
its first two. I didn't buy Forest Drive, but I did buy Born Center and I bought whatever the first album was, I forgot.
Uh,
Uh
Sideline Story.
Sideline Story, yeah. I bought both of those, the physical albums. Like I think I still got that book up there somewhere, like in my stuff in like storage. I think I still got it. So I mean, I get what you're saying, bro.
It was in my I had a '03 Impala like back in the early 2010s, and something had happened to it, and one of my wife relatives had like came and started it up, and he just took I mean, I gave him the car. Like I was like, if you can get it started, you can have it. Like he fixed it in like 15 minutes and like took off in that hole. So I think I had the Ambition CD in there. I had the Take Care CD in there. I had the Sideline Story CD in there. I had Before the Money CD, um, uh, Joey Badass debut album. I might have had To Pimp a Butterfly in there. Like all of them CDs, like just gone. Like, cause I was just like, damn, I didn't think about that he was gonna get it to work. So once he
Yeah.
got it started, I think the car probably had been gone like 5 days, and I was like, damn, all them CDs in there. And shortly after that, streaming took off, so I wasn't really tripping on it. But Dre said, shout out to him for the super chat. He says, M versus Hove Renegade, that's a body you can rep on. I think the older I get, I don't know if Eminem bodied him, bro. I think what Eminem did was so unexpected, but I don't think Eminem bodied him, bro. When I go back and listen to them verses, I think Eminem got off on him. I think Eminem
Yeah.
had the better verses, but Jay-Z was snapping, bro. I just think
What do you
it
say? I
was a
had to
difference in
back to the
texture.
wall. Had to fight out ashy knuckles. Whole lot of
Pockets
it. No,
filled with a
a
lot of
lot
glint,
of it.
not a
Yeah,
cent. Got a vent,
yeah.
a lot of innocent lives lost
How's
on the
something that
project
project
bench.
bit?
What you hollering? Gotta pay rent,
Same
being
place.
dollar
That
cent.
talented.
What do you say? Vada bodega, iron under my coat, feeling braver, do rag wrapping my waves up, pockets full of hope. Like Jay-Z was talking that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like Eminem was snapping too, but Eminem was more so talking about how he was being a renegade against he was being a renegade for the cause of counterculture, and Jay-Z was being a renegade for conventional thinking about how he should behave um in the corporate America side of business as far as hip hop is concerned. And he was like, what he said, how he started first one off, do you fools listen to music or do you just
Do you
skim
just
through
skim
it?
through it? Yeah.
See, I'm influenced by the ghetto you ruined, the same dude you gave nothing.
Nothing.
I
I
made
gave
something
something
doing
through it. Yeah.
what I do through and through, and I give you the news with a twist. It's just his ghetto point of view. The renegade, you been afraid. I penetrate pop culture, bring them a lot closer to the man. Jay-Z was going crazy, bro. I Absa asked the question. I don't know. I don't know if she asked us the question, but she asked Read My Soul yesterday when I was watching the stream. She asked him, she was like, what's the first song that kind of like got you in your feels listening to hip hop? I think
Yeah.
Renegade was that song for me. She asked us what was the first song that we heard,
Oh, okay.
like what was our introduction, but she didn't ask us what was the song that got us in our feel.
Gotcha. Okay.
But that song, that's the first song that like grabbed me as a listener. Like I remember where I was. Like I can't tell y'all what happened where I was at, but I can tell you I remember where I was. I was in a parking lot. And my sister had the CD, and that's all I can tell y'all about that. And I think I was skimming through the album, and Renegade came on, and something about it just told me to listen to it. And I remember being captivated by Eminem because it was just, I think somebody said it was fresh. It was everything about his verse was just unexpected. You know what I mean? Because I hadn't really listened to Eminem albums, just his songs that came up on the MTV because they was pushing him a lot at that time. But as I grow up, I'm realizing that was not a body bag. Like
Mhm.
I ain't gonna lie. The comparison, like it's closer than a lot of people want to acknowledge, bro.
Like for me personally, I've always enjoyed Ho's verse more than Eminem's. Like, granted, M's verse is fire, but
Mhm.
for me, like the more memorable moments for me, always been Ho verse. Like from the day one, it's always been that for me personally.
But then I'm going back to Eminem since I'm in a position to talk to these kids and they listen. I ain't no politician, but I kick it
But I
with them
said
a
it with him.
minute. See, they call me a menace, but if the shoe fits, I wear it. But if it don't, then y'all will swallow the trooper and the bear. Now, who's the king? And I also think he was so smooth, bro. Like his verse was so smooth. Now, who's the king of these rude, ludicrous, lucrative lyrics? Who can it? Now, technically, he rapped Jay-Z out of the building.
But content wise, like
I
JT
think
was
I think they both of their content was fire. It was just from different perspectives, bro. I just think like for me and like excuse me, for me, like me being a black male and understanding like how they try to police how we act and like you know what I'm saying, like not understanding where we from, that Jay-Z shit hit. But like as far
yeah.
as like from the understanding of Eminem's POV, where it's like we want you because they both was like, hey, we want you to act a certain way, but he just not going with it. And his was just a reflection on calling out the hypocrisy, with Middle America, because swallow the truth and bear. Now who's the king of this rude, ludicrous, lucrative things? Who can inherit the title? Put the youth in hysterics, using his music to steer it, sharing his views and his merits. But there's a huge interference. They're saying you shouldn't hear it. Maybe it's hatred I spew. Maybe it's food for the spirit. Maybe it's beautiful music I made for you to just cherish. But I'm debated, disputed, hated, and viewed in America as a mother effing drug addict. Like you didn't
You can
experiment. It's when you start to stare at who's in the mirror and see yourself as a kid again, and you get embarrassed. But I got nothing to do but make you look stupid as parents. You effing do good. It's too bad you couldn't do good at marriage, bro. He was snapping, bro. Like his whole thing was turning the mirror on a lot of the older people in in middle America, who looked at him crazy, like they weren't doing the things he was rapping about when they were his age. It's like, bro, like I'm young, I'm speaking to them in a way that they can understand, and you're willfully not understanding me because you feel like you're at a place where you can't identify with what I'm saying no more because you're an adult and you gotta be a certain way. But
I
I don't
mean,
have to.
M has always kind of done that through his career, even on
Yeah,
his most recent
it's
project.
an album. Yeah,
Like he definitely tries to put the mirror up to you and make you face a lot of the hypocrisies that society is placed on, things that we say, things that we do, and things that you turn your nose at, but at the same time, you're one of these same people that's, feed it into the hypocrisy. So he's done that a lot in terms of like really putting that mirror up and telling you like, get your shit together, in other words.
yeah. Oh man, this is a crazy take from K-Way. Jay-Z verse was better. M just had a fresh voice and the complexion to be audacious. If M was black, he'd be
Oh,
red, man.
oh, damn. And you know what? That's not the first time I heard that. I'm just being
Mhm.
honest. That's not the first time I heard that if Eminem wasn't black, he wouldn't have diamond albums. He wouldn't done all the things he's done in hip hop. And I can't say that's 100% true or not, but it is something interesting to look at though, because I feel so he just came in at the right time in hip hop where that space was not occupied. And the fact that he was actually talented on top
Yeah.
of that, and then he got with the right people, like Dr. Dre, like at that point in time was still big enough to push his influence and push this rapper out to the masses. So I think it was
Mhm.
just like a marriage of perfect place, perfect timing, along with the talent, just being honest.
Yeah.
So, but I can't necessarily 100% say if he was black, he wouldn't have this. So I don't really want to put that on him like that. But I've definitely heard that before. Like a lot of people say that if he was black, he wouldn't be who he is.
I
So,
think if he was now I will say I think if he was black, a lot of the stuff he was saying wouldn't have been received as well.
oh
But
yeah, yeah,
um, but that's the thing, like Eminem projected to a wider range of people. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like I think when we look at it too, like his issue in Renegade was that middle-aged white people had a issue with what he was saying, but younger white kids were enamored by what he was saying and like his audacious raps and like how counterculture it was at the time. So I can agree that if he was black, he wouldn't have been as famous because I mean he projected to a wider demographic. So that's just, you know, that's just a fact. Like going back to Vanilla Ice, you know what I mean? Looking at Post Malone, looking at a lot of artists who come in who aren't necessarily black, they bring in an additional however many percentage of the American or just the worldwide population with the culture that they have. Like Eminem was white. So like if he dope, white people gonna like him. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And like, but the one thing I will forever respect Eminem on is he always respected hip hop as black culture. He always did that.
yeah,
And speaking of Redman, on Till I Collapse on the Eminem show, he said Redman is his favorite rapper. You know, it goes Reggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie, Andre from Outkast, Jada, Corrupt, Nas, and then me. But in this industry, I'm the cause of a lot of envy. So when I'm not put on this list, this shit does not offend me. So with that being said, I'm saying that to say, like he was well aware of his whiteness, and I don't think he ever weaponized it. He always just was trying to show his skill and let that speak for him. And because he can't fight the fact that he white. You know what I
yeah,
mean? He never leaned on it. He didn't lean on it politically. Like if anything, he stood with the mass populace of how black people felt. Like he attacked Donald Trump. Like on at that time the biggest active black platform, which was the BT Hip Hop Awards.
yeah,
So I feel like Eminem has stood with black culture and hip hop culture, not only when it benefited him, but at times when it didn't. Like he lost a lot of fans like going against Trump and continued to do it. And I don't think he was just doing it to be audacious. I think
yeah,
that was how he really, truly, and honestly felt. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because so with that, I think if he was black, I think um of course he probably wouldn't have been as big, but I think the culture would have respected him because I think at that point it's no crutch to put on his talent to try to
yeah.
sully it. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um and if he was able to create a classic like the Eminem show and albums like Marshall Mathers LP, I'm sure he would have been able to put together dope albums as a black dude, and his point of view probably would have changed. He probably wouldn't have grew up where he grew up, so his story would have been different. That's a huge hypothetical, but I do appreciate that the super chat from K-Way. Let me see if it's one I missed. Nah, that's it. Um do we want to talk about uh do we want to talk about the Snoop versus Spotify stuff? I don't know if I really want to outside of just mentioning it.
Yeah, I mean, we could just mention it. Like, I just, in terms of basically Snoop is going through and debating that he's not getting paid properly, you know what I'm saying, from certain songs that's hit over 1 billion streams. That's basically the gist of it. And with the lawsuit that's going on now with Drake and, you know, saying and Spotify and these labels and things like that, it's just mighty funny how now Drake, who's been somewhat tied to Snoop recently,
Mhm.
is now going at the labels and, you know, to streaming farms and things like that for pretty much the same type of thing. You know, so it's just kind of interesting and see what, you know, who pocket that they really in. You know what I'm saying? Like clearly it's something going on there. Like I've never said that the labels or the streaming platforms like are innocent in any type of way. It's just mighty funny how everybody's really attacking it now at the same time. So
Mhm.
that's
Shout out to Tariq H. He said, y'all need to watch the FD Signifier video about why Eminem got his big. If I'm not mistaken, he's talking about the white rapper paradox. That is a very good video. It
yeah,
just details a lot of the logistics about how white rappers can get so big. Um, and it's basically like they bring in a different fan base. And
yeah,
that fan base is sadly enough filled with people who kind of want to colonize the genre, even though Eminem is not necessarily on that type of time, the fans that attract to him, because they want to be able to say that they got a white guy who's the best. And anytime when we used to do our Eminem reactions, they used to come in there with their racist shit, talking all crazy. Because I think right after that, like after we had our issue, like
Yeah.
with the Eminem fans, right after that, FD Signify dropped that video. And I think I sent it to you. I was like, this is exactly what I was trying to say, but I couldn't get it out right. And
Yeah.
I think it was like an hour and a half, maybe a 2-hour video. It was good. Shout out to FD Signifier.
Yeah.
Because he
Like
definitely got that point across.
like he's really, really good in terms of just long form content to where he keeps you engaged the whole
Mhm.
time. It's not like it's a drop off in, you know what I'm saying, his transitions. Because I've seen a couple of his videos. I haven't seen the one that you all are talking about yet, but I have watched a couple of his videos and I do enjoy how much he keeps you engaged and just how well he speaks in general. Like he speaks really, really well. And a lot of
Mhm.
things that I just relate to, especially the stuff that he was saying about Drake. So I do agree with a lot of that stuff. So I'll probably watch that video by Eminem at some point. But yeah, I haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, because it's not just about Eminem in his totality, unless it's another video that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
But it's just about white rappers, you know what I mean? And
Okay.
how their accessibility to the everyday white person makes them more relatable to a larger portion of the American public and just the world at large. And that's just a numbers thing. It's like, but everybody is saying in the comments, like Snoop never, I'm not Snoop, I'm tripping. Eminem never leaned on that. And like I said, I respect him for that. You know what I'm saying? So we got a couple things going on. Shout out to Chief Trey for becoming a YouTube member. Also, shout out to him again. He gifted 5 We Are the Cipher memberships real quick. I think this the clap. Let me know if you hear it.
No, I don't hear that.
Okay. I think that's it. I don't know. Some playing. Is that the clap, y'all? Let me see. So yes, definitely shout out to Chief Trey for stepping in and becoming a member and also donating memberships. That's much appreciated. We definitely appreciate that. Shout out to Gen X Gemini for the $20 super chat. Your support is always extremely appreciated. Snoop has proven he is trifling. That's a fact.
Yep.
His happy dad, death row business, the tailor-made BS, and the shucking and jiving for Trump were the last straw. We don't care about him not getting paid. Father Kim. Shout out to was it with Soul Man?
Yeah.
When Bernie Mac was like, "Hey, father, fuck you, man."
But yeah, Snoop definitely, like, I think I saw somebody in the chat, forgot who said it, but Snoop is definitely a fence center for sure. Like he just basically plays whatever side of the fence is most beneficial to him at the time that he needs it. So his brand is always up for sale, no matter what. And in some instances, I thought that was cool back, what I'm saying, throughout my earlier years. Like Snoop is just so popular. He always to the bag, like he's known globally. But I mean, a lot of that shit come with your integrity at the end of the day. And a lot of shit that he's been doing as of late, it just been like, what I'm saying, unacceptable. Like I can't get with none of the shit that Snoop is doing, bro. I just can't. I look at him totally different now. I do.
And that's why I'm kind of like, shit, do we even want to talk about it? But the situation about proper pay and Spotify and these other streaming platforms is important. And I feel like that'll probably be something we talk about maybe with somebody who's more in the know. Maybe if we can get a hold of like an independent artist or something. I
Yeah.
think that'll be something dope to do.
Yeah.
Just somebody who has a broader understanding. Like it'd be dope if we can get Demizzle. If we could get him on the live stream or something, and he could really, get into it. I'd be watching his Instagram and TikTok posts. So let me see if it's something that's interesting that'll keep us away from some of the crazy stuff that we had listed in the top of this. You don't have to lean on privilege, but that's a nuanced view, and I understand. Yeah, um, yeah, I just don't want to fault him because not only did he not lean on it, he stood against it. And I think
Oh,
that's
you
different from simply
oh you
not
talking about
Eminem.
Eminem? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what Black Hiller says. She like you don't have to lean on privilege, but that's a nuanced view. I mean, you still will have privilege,
Yeah.
but the fact that he didn't use it as a
He didn't weaponize it.
yeah, he never weaponized it, and anytime it went against his core beliefs, he always stood against it. So
Yeah.
some stuff is unavoidable. Like he can't change the fact he white. You know what I mean? So in order for him, like once he decided to participate in hip hop, he was always going to have a moderately unfair advantage as far as accessibility and viewership, you know, as it's perceived by black people. So the only thing we can expect him to do after that point is just continue to respect the culture. And
Yeah.
now he did have a moment when he was like in his earlier time where he was like he said some racist shit. So I do want to say that like he had a moment where he said some wild racist shit, and I think I don't know what his path to forgiveness was. So I don't want to sit and be like a Eminem Avenger per se, but as far as like just the aspect of him being white, I don't know if he ever just necessarily like leaned on that super crazy, but he did say some racist shit um about black women too. So you know he got some shit on his jacket too. So I don't want to say like he just a super duper angel, but yeah, let me see what else is on the docket, bro. What else was on the docket?
Um,
We did the Snoop because we ain't really want to talk about that. We did Big Sean. We did Rest in Peace to the Queen. We did we could talk about Reason. You want to talk about Reason? Did we talk about that? I want to hear what the because I know we do have a lot of TDE supporters in the chat. So I'm pretty sure y'all are aware that Reason was on Bootleg Kev show in the last 2 weeks or so, and he was talking about when he was still signed to TDE and he was trying to get off the label because he felt like he wasn't being properly afforded the
pushed.
opportunity to feed his family and feed his fans through dropping the music that he wanted to whenever he wanted to. He decided that at that point he wanted to be released from the label, and with the Kendrick and Drake shit going on, he was consulted, I think by his attorney or by an attorney, and it was like, "Hey, bro, you're gonna have to do something to shake the table to get off the label, because this shit can take like 2 to 3 years, especially with what's going on." And he said that was his reason for highlighting Drake during the battle. But if you remember, when we was doing our Schoolboy Q album breakdown, I don't know if I bleeped his name out, but do you remember that when Schoolboy Q was like, "You liar, you fired"?
Yeah.
Was it Thank God for Me? I was like, bro,
Yeah.
was he
Thank God.
talking about Reason? Hey, I think I might have been on to something. Like, because now, if that was a part of the reason that they let him go because he was showing treasonous behavior, you know what I mean? Because he said, damn, what Schoolboy Q said.
Because like
He
when in
says,
that verse, I was liking it to more so Q was talking about himself in terms of being available to the public in terms of dropping music and releasing music. Like you asked for this and then you not delivering, you lie, you fire. I was talking about Q, but you said I remember you said, nah, he talking about Reason.
and I think it was. Let me pull up the lyrics real quick.
Yeah. I remember that. I do remember that. Thank God for me. All my niggas go for me. New G
Give me
Wagon
one
and
second.
Tesla Jeep.
Okay, so he said, if you couldn't do the work, why sign?
Yep.
Want the money or you want to inspire? Because that same old crying gets hired.
Tired.
You liar.
Liar. You
Fired.
fired.
He was dissing Reason, bro. He was dissing Reason because this was around the time that Reason got dropped. And now with this new information, he was basically voicing the opinion of the heads at the record label. Like, you want the money or you want to inspire? Because you're talking about you want to get paid, but you not going through the process of creating the inspirational music, and all you doing is crying at the label, and that shit got tired. and now you around here lying and contorting stories to fit your narrative. So you out of here. You gone, bro.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And if you didn't want to do the work, why sign? Because we already know that TDE's model is you not dropping till you got some worthy of dropping.
Yeah.
I to this now with this new information, I'm 100% sure that was them.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I still think the angle I was saying still kind of makes sense in terms of just speaking on himself and just rappers in general.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? As far as them, so not want to put forth the effort in rap to put forth their best work and then get mad when the money not coming and things like that. But in this instance, yeah, I think it more so fit for reason. Like,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think he yeah, I think
Same
that was
grind
directly
gets
to her.
hot. Because he was constantly talking about and speaking against TDE and on social media and interviews, talking about he can't drop or he's stifled and this and that. So yeah, you going around everywhere crying and shit. Like we not gonna like we not gonna drop your shit if you just go around fucking bashing us and talking bad about us. The fuck, like
Especially if it's not fire,
yeah, it's not even fucking fire. Like your shit is basic.
just regular as fuck. Like
Fuck,
nigga,
yeah,
we can't have no cars level talent on TDE. You better get in the gym and put some shots up. Nigga, you better quit playing.
bro. Why you shoot cars head off like
But
that?
then probably when you think about what nods, because TDE and Top Dog, they cool. I mean, not TDE and Top Dog, that's redundant, but Top Dog
Dreamville.
Entertainment and Dreamville is cool, so they didn't have an issue with him going over there. But I think he's probably like, dang, Kaz get the drop. Shit, Omen popped out and dropped. Earth Gang get the drop, but now them niggas dropping off the label.
Yeah.
They was letting them drop, but it don't seem to be beneficial to their career.
Yeah, ain't none of that shit is sticking, bro. Like
Exactly. So it's like
Earth Gang is on their last legs.
yeah, they independent. Shit. Okay, crazy enough. The dude with the dreads, I think his name Johnny Venus or something. He going solo. He just dropped a song with featuring Black. Ari Lennox is trying to trying to do self promotion with her stuff, dropping snippets on social media. So it's like they haven't like that model did not work for them. Like
Yeah,
Jid blew up through a TikTok challenge.
yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
Let's just be real about it. Yeah,
let's be real about it. He blew up through a TikTok challenge. Like it seemed like everything that happened for him did not happen by way of Dreamville.
yeah. And even the collab album, Revenge of the Dreamers 3, the big one that
Mm-hmm.
dropped, that had everybody on it. That got a good reception by the masses. Ultimately, didn't amount to much for any of their careers, bro.
Yeah,
It didn't propel them to the next level just because it had Dreamville and J. Cole name on it. Like it didn't that I guess stimulus package in a way, it didn't work, bro. So
because it wasn't a
everybody
stimulus package. It was just a bunch of talented ass JV niggas hooping in the gym.
pretty much.
That's it. It was
Again,
an
all
exhibit that they had a bunch of young niggas that can rap. And truth be told, them niggas not young for their eye age.
yeah. Damn, bro. OVO and Dreamville, them niggas.
But at least Dreamville acquired the talent. They just wasted and underdeveloped it. Like who actually talented got signed to OVO? Because I don't think Weekend ever signed.
No, yeah, no, he didn't sign. He just worked with them early in his career. He never signed though. No,
Yeah, so I guess the only argument you have is whether or not you consider Party Next Door talented.
because I don't
I,
really count. I don't really count Majid Jordan. Well, I'll take that back. They got Division.
okay,
I think,
that's the toxic male group, ain't it?
yeah, yeah. I like Division. I think Division is really good. They dropped some good projects. Being over there, but that's about it though. Like
Yeah,
I can't think of nobody else because I don't count Majid Jordan. Um, I'm definitely not counting no fucking Smiley or no Baka not nice.
yeah. So
So
let's get off OVO. Them niggas trash. Let's continue bashing Reason real quick. Shout out to Naya. She said Reason admitted that he thought joining TDE guaranteed him features from Kendrick. Nigga, how many people
ooh,
you know? Like niggas from TDE just don't up and get dot features. Like you gotta
yeah,
earn them, bro.
yeah.
Like, to this day, I don't think. Hold on, is the Wild freestyle on any of uh J Rock albums?
I don't think so. No.
Because When is just Kendrick ad libs. So if the
Yeah.
Wild Freestyle not on there, unless it was his debut album, I don't think J Rock got a dot feature. I think Schoolboy Q got the most dot features.
I'm looking it up right now because I want to know that too myself.
Um, Isaiah Rashad got one. SZA has a few.
To you.
So it's
Soul got
between.
one.
Yeah, he got is it Illuminate from from
Control.
uh from Control System.
So, yeah.
Yeah, like you just not guaranteed that. Sir got one. He got the one on Hair Down. Um, like yeah, you if anything, you might get one, but you gotta be fire to get that. And yeah, Isaiah
Yeah.
Rashad got What's Wrong from from the Sun's Tirade. You're not just finna be guaranteed them. That ain't how it work, bro. Like you not finna get just have verses from the biggest nigga on the label, who at that point at the time you signed, he had already put out Damn. So he don't want to pull his part. He's out of your reach, bro.
And that just goes to, further the point that he was making. Like, you basically wanted to get on to blow up, get big, and get money. And you think that was going to happen by signing a TDE and getting features for Kendrick. That's what you thought was going to happen. And you weren't ready to really have to put in the work. So, and it fucking showed.
If you didn't do the work, you don't want to do the work, why sign? Now, what do you think about this? Shout out to Internet Bruce. TDE definitely needs to bring in more management and A&R talent. Punch can't handle everyone solo. They are not mom and pop anymore. Now, I will say that Top Dog has maybe not a super active role, but he does have a moderately active role in the A&R process. Reason said that in the interview too. He was like, Top never told him wrong when it came to music. It was a lot of stuff that he said everything that he told him to do that he did, it worked, and everything that he told him to do that he didn't do, he wished he had done it. So the issue was just him being able to put it out. But like Top Dog always had good music advice, and he has a great ear for music. So I think I don't know, man. I think they formula work, dog, because I think they get to a point where the music lasts, is so sustainable. Now,
hey, Skip.
Yeah.
Side note, Wild Freestyle was on one of J Rock albums. It was on Redemption.
Okay.
The one
So
that
he got his feature.
Yeah.
Q got his. He got Blessed. Soul got his on Illuminate. WAP got his on What's Wrong. SZA got 30 for 30, and she got the dang, what's the name of that song where they talking about pussy? I can't remember the name of the song, but it's on one of her early. I think it was before Control. I can't remember the name of that project, but yeah, everybody in the head they run ins with it. Oh man, K-Way.
What
shout out to K-Way for the super chat. Isaiah Rashad had a whole gay sex tape leak, which is taboo in hip hop, and TDE still stood by him to this day. Reason burn bridges unnecessarily, because I think at the end of the day, shout out to you for the super chat. That wasn't a reason that I don't see that being a droppable offense. Like whatever he do in his own personal time is his business. Him being Isaiah Rashad and with it being leaked, like somebody did like somebody revenge porn because they outed, bro. Like if anything, that's the opportunity for your label to stay by you. You feel what I'm saying? So
right.
Yeah, I don't think that was a reason. Like if he was just wilding and like got exposed doing some shit he wasn't supposed to do, that's different. Because just being a freak on his own time, like I don't think that's a reason for them to drop. But yeah, I definitely agree. That reason unnecessarily burn bridges. Let me pull this one up from Gen X Gemini. Shout out to K-Way for the second third super chat. Yeah, what's up?
You talking about just side note that song with SZA and Kendrick? Were you talking about Doves in the Wind?
I don't know the name of it, but I know they say pussy a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's probably the one. It was on Control.
Okay, well, it's another song they did before her album. Before, let me just pull up Scissor. Give me one second.
Yeah.
But answer that question right there, DJ.
Oh, I didn't look.
Please,
What
my
is
good sir.
Dreamville and OVO are labels in name only. Who are they putting out, helping, et cetera, et cetera? That's a fact. That is a known fact at this point. And I mean, we talked about it on one of the podcast episodes on Patreon about it
Hmm.
100%. But yeah, those are just labels in name only, but they are not in the business of developing artists and putting them out. And hell, from OVO's perspective, Drake just take all their best work and use it for himself. That's what he do.
Hmm.
He just absorb talent, put them on a label, take their best work and use it for them, and never promote any new shit
You know
whatsoever.
who he learned that from?
Who? No, wait, what? Kanye?
No,
Um,
Wayne.
what you mean, Birdman?
No, Little Wayne.
Okay, elaborate.
How many people were signed to Young Money, Cash Money that never really got to see the light of day? Boo. But they all had something unique to offer that Lil Wayne was able to use.
Uh, but I mean, everybody had their little moment, they lane that they shined in for the most part. Granted, it didn't
None
amount
of
to
them
that.
were actively pushed. The shine that they got was in proximity to Wayne, but none of those artists were ever pushed.
I mean, but they still had releases though. Like I can see if they just got signed and never dropped music, like Chanel West Coast, like well not Chanel West Coast, that's not her name. What's her fucking name?
That was her name.
Chanel. Okay, Chanel. Like she was known as a writer anyway. Like she wrote for people, so that's her way of getting into music. But it like she had a couple albums. Gutta Gutta. Granted, he never dropped the album, but he had a slew of mixtapes that was popular that got his buzz out there. Little Twist, same thing. Slew
They
of
were able to
mixtapes.
drop into the ether. They were never pushed by the label. That's the point I'm making.
Okay, all right.
So that's no
Well,
better than being an affiliate.
yeah, yeah.
They didn't
I
get the
mean,
perks of actively being signed to the label. They could have got that same buzz that they got just being close to Wayne and not being signed.
well, I mean, truthfully though, I didn't really look at Young Money as being the label. I always looked at Cash Money as being the label. And
But
we
it
see
was a
how
label.
Cash Money ran a organization and
Yeah.
the people that was under them. So I think that's more so a slight towards them than actual Wayne, just to be honest. Because Wayne didn't
No,
run
but
the
I'm
shit.
just
It
saying
was
like that
Cortez.
I'm just saying he adopted that platform. Like, okay, I sign you to farm stuff from you talent wise that I can use for my own means. I
But he
think
never really used none of their stuff though.
I think that the energy he got from Gutter Gutter and the rap style that he did on songs like Demolition, I think those
Yeah,
were gonna Gutter Gutter songs that he was gonna use to further his career that
yeah.
Wayne took and jumped on. I mean, like that. Like
Okay.
you might not be writing for me, but if I'm in a studio all the time and I'm in an echo chamber, I need new innovative thoughts to help push me in the direction I'm trying to go. So y'all are only on this record label for the intent to keep me going. Y'all basically my training squad.
Damn. Well,
That's it. That's
except Drake, Nicki, and Tiger.
because those were, and he still didn't push them. They blew themselves up.
Yeah.
I think the only person who actively got pushed, and I think a lot of the Drake push didn't even necessarily come from Young Money. Like Drake was already like Drake so far gone. He had a lot of
Bun
that
B.
push came from Jay Prince and them, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
They
that's all.
pushed
That's what.
what's the name? And
Yeah,
then
Bun
by
B
that
too.
point he was tapped in with UGK. He had already been running around in Houston, putting a name up for himself, and somehow he got a hold of Kanye when they was able to get multiple songs cleared for So Far Gone.
Yeah.
So like I won't say that Wayne didn't push him at all because that'd be insane. But what I'm saying is, I think those artists did a lot more for themselves than Young Money did for them, and that's why, especially Drake, as soon as he was able to,
Yeah,
he
he got the
left.
hell up out of there. Yeah.
he was talking about getting the fuck on from nothing was the same forward.
Yeah.
But
And it
uh
and it showed because Wayne wasn't associated with none of his albums going forward. It definitely showed.
shout out to Edmund. He said Revenge of the Dream was 3 made Jid bigger. He was all over the album. I think it got him recognition, but I don't think it necessarily made him big.
Bigger.
Like
Yeah.
the
The Forever
what's the name of that
Stories of
song? What's the name
the
of that song,
album.
bro? No. What's the
Those
name of the song?
surround sound.
Surround sound, like the surround sound challenge did. And that's the point I'm making. Nothing that they did at Dreamville worked more for anybody other than the stuff that organically happened. Like nothing that J. Cole and them did was more beneficial for Jid than the surround sound challenge. That helped make that song platinum. That helped push him into doing deals with the NFL and with the Atlanta Hawks and all of this other stuff. Now he got brand deals with Lacoste and all this stuff. And I think all of that is a direct reflection of the energy he gained from the surround sound challenge.
And I got a comment. Shout out
From
to
who?
DMV doll. They said I think Drake learned how to use niggas from Lucian, and I do think that's 100% because when Drake really took off and really became the Drake that we know around views, Scorpion time frame, things like that,
Mhm.
that's probably the point where he really got tied in it close with Lucian Grains. And I think that's really the bulk of his lawsuit against UMG. It's not through against the label, it's against Lucian. Cause like, bro, you was my dog. We was tied in. You know what I'm saying? We do this and do that. You supposed to look out for me. Fuck Kendrick. Like I know what you like, I know what you gotta do. I get it. But bro, we was like this. You know what I'm saying? Like we both got the same stains on our jacket. We do two on twos and all that shit together. Like we run through the six for real. Like it's me and you. You know what I'm saying? So I think the bulk of his is just like that nigga just his ego hurt because like he thought his dog was gonna have his back. And no nigga, Lucian is about the money.
My boy
Nothing.
said, I thought y'all loved me. It's only business, Drake. It's never personal. And Drake took
Yeah,
that personal.
personal. Yeah.
Shout out to Leonardo Thomas for the super chat. He said OVO Roy Woods is decent. Don't sleep on him. I'm narcoleptic.
Man,
I don't know who that is.
I know one song from Roy Woods, bro, and I ain't heard shit from him since. And that was like years ago, bro. Like that shit was so fucking long ago. That's another dud from OVO. I don't care what
Is he
nobody.
like Chevy Woods from Taylor Gang?
No, bro. He was another Drake clone, bro.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Scream Cell, gifted 10 We Are Decipher memberships. Greatly appreciated. Hey, if y'all get one of them gifted memberships, please take advantage of the stuff that's over there. You probably gonna find something you like and want to stick around. Shout out to KG for the super chat. Saw y'all in Absa and Reed live. Spoken to him at all? Excuse me, I have not. I intended like maybe a month ago before we just started creating a bunch of content and I got sidetracked and then end up getting sick to react to one of his videos. And I never got around to it. And watching the live yesterday, one thing I kind of got from him was he don't really like niggas, bro. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like
Yeah,
you can tell that he's very apprehensive and particular about his space
yeah,
that he share. So I think that'll be probably a collab that we pursue maybe later in the year, like once he's gotten acclimated to doing collaborations with people. So that'll probably be somewhere we probably have to focus on building a rapport before he feels comfortable enough
like
to come
work
on the
with
show.
us.
Cause I don't know if he know who we are. So I think it'll be something that we let happen organically. Cause Absa did say that she probably wanted to get us all on the live.
Yeah, she did.
Us, Reed, Moni, um,
Yeah,
I
then she
think she
said
said
some.
somebody else I can't
Yeah,
remember, but
she did. I can't remember who it was though.
and yeah, so I think if that goes well, we'll look to reach out. Um but yeah, I definitely got the energy where he was like, yeah, bro, like I'm more to myself, and I'm trying to get outside of that. So I would and I understand that. So I'm kind of like not like I don't want to jump like, hey bro, like da 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 da. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like so it'll be something we let happen naturally. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I do I was watching it. I definitely respect like his perspective on a lot of stuff. I did test him with a question to end the live, and I liked his answer. So I think it'll be dope. And it'll happen in due time. Ain't nobody in no rush to go nowhere.
yeah,
So it'll work out when
when they need to.
yeah. Don't pressure him because he seemed like the type that'll make him shut down too. He'll be like, you know what? Nah. Because first of all, I don't know them niggas. And stop coming in my comment section asking about them niggas. Uh, you feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it'll be something that we have let happen organically. But I do respect him and I like his content. I've been watching him probably for the last like 2 months or so. I like the perspective that he comes from. I like a lot of the uh the longer form content creators.
Yeah,
Because what we do, like I feel I was saying this earlier, DJ, and I want to ask you how you feel about it. I feel like we probably get off like 5 episodes worth of content
yeah,
in these lives. Like,
yo,
and we do this for y'all because neither one of us had a time to like make those type of videos with that level of editing.
yeah,
Um, so we just give it to y'all like this in this way. Um, because at our core, that isn't a part of creation that we've gotten into just yet. So we'll
yeah,
probably have to like I think at that point we'll probably be paying an editor or some shit, or I have to have been quit my second job to do that. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, so I appreciate that because it like we know with that they'll bring a perspective outside of just listening to the music and be like, oh, okay, I think that's cool. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we not
yeah,
really reactors for real, for real. We have the ability to do so.
yeah,
Um, it's just one of the ways that I feel like we, can commune with y'all, and we built the audience off that. But yeah, it, if you got a interesting perspective and you committed to, this hip hop shit like we are, I feel like it's always room for a dope conversation in that. Um, but like he was saying yesterday, like, bro, we don't be knowing these niggas, bro.
yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you kind of want to make sure that you can vibe in jail with people because the Moni and Apps Alive, that shit was unexpected and it just ended
yeah,
up being fire. But it
yeah,
could have went, it could have, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah,
yeah. And
go
that's the
ahead.
thing, like, because we don't know Moni or Absa either. Like, we didn't know them before really jumping out of doing this, but especially with Absa in particular, like the rapport is there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? In terms of like the genuine interest and things that we relate to, is there automatically from the jump. Like the connection was real. So even though we haven't known her for a long time, but hell, it feel like it.
yeah,
Shit. I've always seen Moni, so just to see her come in and just socialize with us and get on the line with us, that was just something that I never expected to happen. So
yeah,
I think that was cool. But just to answer your question, as far as like the content, yeah, we did talk about this, like because I've watched content creators and the stuff that we talk about like on the lives. Yeah, they drop like 5 or 6 episodes or just videos like a week or every 2 weeks or whatever, talking about the same things we talking about, but it'd be a centralized video. And I'm just like, ain't no fucking way we can do that, bro. Ain't no way. I just don't have the time. And I know you don't have the time. Just it's too much for us right now. Like we would have to truly be a much bigger platform, numbers wise, channel wise, reach wise. You know what I'm saying, for us to really do that kind of stuff. Because man, we just regular people at the end of the day, y'all. Like I promise y'all, like we got a 9 to 5. We go to work and we take care of our family. So this ain't something like where we can just really put everything else, say on the back burner to do like that. So that's why we just so appreciative of You know what I'm saying? It's time that y'all give us and the support y'all give us, the donations, the gifted subs, the Patreon interactions over there. Like, because all that stuff is just like stuff that we didn't really account for right now. So we just really going with the flow. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It just we try to catch up to y'all, really, just to be perfectly honest. So yeah, man. But just to answer your question, yeah, I don't see us doing anything like that no time soon. I can't see it.
yeah.
Especially
Now,
with the stuff that we actually do content wise. We got so much shit that like we got so much shit we working on behind
yeah,
the scenes content wise. We just don't have the time to slide in for these kind of topics to have their own centralized video for it. It's just not there.
yeah. Cause I think about it all the time, like what it would look like if I didn't have my second job, but then I'd be like, damn, like when would I edit? And
Yeah.
and I'm not saying this for y'all to be like, damn, like um feel bad for us, because please don't.
Yeah, no,
Please
no,
don't.
no.
Because
Yeah.
we y'all have a lot afforded us the ability to do shit that we love, and
Mhm.
it to make sense beyond it just being a passion project. So
Yeah.
don't we don't want this to come across like we're asking for sympathy, because what y'all
Yeah.
do for us and what y'all afford us to do for y'all and with y'all is more than enough appreciation for
Absolutely.
any and everything we do. So we greatly appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the stuff that y'all get from us will be longer form content, as far as like these lives, like reactions. If you signed up to the Patreon, like podcast episodes, like we have a podcast titled Section 205, where we do that monthly. We also have another monthly thing, Truly Yours, where the highest tier patron of that month that we choose gets to choose the topics, and if they want to come on the call. So it's much easier to do that. Granted, it takes time, but it's much easier to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So as opposed to like sitting down and like finding time to edit a video and get it out, because the people who do that focus on that, and the people who do what we do focus on this. But the end goal will be to find a mixture of being able to aggregate a lot of that stuff onto one specific channel and turn it into more of a network feel. um you feel what I'm saying? So that's the goal long term, and y'all will see the evolution as we get to that point where we're able to um create stuff at that, at that clip where you're getting different things. And I feel like that'll truly be a testament to y'all support, as far as not even monetarily but watching it, because at that point we'll be having to train the algorithm to anticipate and highlight all of the different things that we put out, because that's what I'm learning too. And shout out to FD Signify for that. He said, like, basically the theory is, if you do reactions on the channel and you do think pieces on the channel, it's probably best for you to start a second channel, and like maintain certain things on certain channels. And I'm just like, shit, I kind of wanted to fight it a little bit. I want to see if we can break through that barrier and do all of that
Yeah.
shit on one channel. Cause
Yeah.
I've seen it done. Like, shout out to Dead End Hip Hop. Like, anything they
Yeah.
need to do, they do it on that one channel. Now
Yeah.
they have sub channels as far as podcasting and shit goes, but like they do their weekly shows, they do album breakdowns on their shows, they do artist interviews on their shows. So I want to prove that that model can be followed and replicated. So if we get to the point where we run out of where it doesn't make sense algorithm wise to put all this stuff on one channel, then we'll start another channel and try to work it that way. But that'll be another story for another day. And hopefully, I think the video that come out tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, it's a revisit. We was talking about Kendrick earlier. I recorded today a revisit to Pimp a Butterfly on its 10-year anniversary coming up.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm telling y'all, the way that I received that album in 2025,
It's way
bruh,
different, huh?
it's
It's way
way
different.
different. It's
Yeah.
way different.
I
Like,
breathe different.
bruh, I was listening to it today, bruh. And I saw somebody say the longer the better. That reaction, or it's not even a reaction. That revisit is 2.5 hours long. The album is like an hour and 19 minutes. Bro, I'm
Yeah.
telling y'all, and I ain't just saying this because I want y'all to watch it. Because once it hit the algorithm with Kendrick name attached to it, it's gonna do what it do. But I'm telling y'all, bro, I want y'all to just watch that to see how I perceived it now. Because somebody told me a while ago, like certain books, you gotta go back to them and read them every now and again to see how you perceive it at that point in your life. And bruh, I'm telling you, DJ, like like the messaging, um, it gives me the feeling of the Super Bowl performance
Yeah.
as like it's broken into acts, and that's really all I want to say for real. Yeah, bro, and just music wise, bro, that I can unequivocally say now, To Pimp a Butterfly is the best rap album of the 2010s.
Okay.
And it's like, cause I remember people was like, it's beautiful. No, it's To Pimp a Butterfly. And shout out to Feast. There's so many Drake disses on To Pimp a Butterfly. Yes, I tried not to mention his name because I don't want a lot of stuff to be tapped into him. But and like, I just want the Kendrick Lamar thing to have its own light. But bro, yeah, he was shooting at him. But I think it's not necessarily shooting at Drake. It's more
It's
so
the
shooting at the person
that
that
he
Drake
represents.
represents.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah, let me see. So I spilled the beans on that. Let me see what else people were saying.
I think it's some super chats in there.
Okay. I read the Malcolm X book again. I see it different now. Okay. Shout out to Peachy, as you evolve and experience more in life. I agree. Feast again said it's super deep. I listened to it just recently. It's way more. I was in my mid-20s when it first came out. Me too. I was 25 when it came out. Yep. I was 25 and
Yeah.
I'm 35 now, and I see it completely different, bro. I mean,
Mhm.
it still kind of carries a lot of what I picked up, but it's like so much of how the story builds upon itself as it continues to go. And
Yeah.
yeah, bro, like, so by the time you get to the end, especially if you're watching it with me tomorrow, ooh wee. And the one thing about it is I'm trying to see if I'm gonna release it early so I will have the ability to go live. I mean, to be in the chat with y'all. Because if I release it at 4:30, we'll be filming.
Yeah.
So we won't really be able to go back and forth with y'all. So I might put it out at like 1:30 or 2 o'clock tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna put it out at 2 tomorrow. Um, so be looking for that, and that way we can fellowship with y'all in the chat before we have to start recording about 5.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh yeah, shout out to everybody who's getting gifted their memberships. I see him, Nilwan. Let me know if I messed that up. I'm sorry. Such an auspicious time to be from Cali in spite of our struggles. Love home. And
Yeah.
carry that with you tomorrow if you show back up and watch it. And just put from America. And I feel like a lot of the stuff I'm saying and the stuff he's saying will line up. And also, since we on the 10-year anniversary, shout out to Big Sean. It's the 10-year anniversary of Dark Sky Paradise.
Yeah.
Do you, to DJ, do you feel like the album is a classic?
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay,
I
I
do.
definitely
That
go
that
ahead.
that was that was Big Sean's classic, and I think it's a universal classic because for the most part, in people in hip hop, when you look at Cole, I mean not Cole, shit, Big Sean's discography, that's the one that everybody goes to as that one. And then when I go back through the track lists and the songs, for me personally, it ain't a skip on them. I'm just being honest. I love that whole album from start to finish. I think
I
it's
do
his
too.
best body of work. Not
Yeah,
by far, because Detroit and Detroit 2 are both really good projects. Both of those are really good. So I mean, they not that far off, but Dark Sky is, I feel so, his universal best album from start to finish. I definitely can say that with
I
confidence.
agree. I agree. That classic word is tough. I need to listen to it and see how it age. Um, I do remember it being really good. I don't know about classic because when I say classic, I'm talking about like 9.5 out of 10 and up. Um,
That's for me, that's how I'm rating it. So I say it's a
okay.
classic.
So
That's
do we
just
need to
me.
do a revisit? Do we need to do a revisit and put it on Patreon?
I don't mind.
Okay.
That yeah. I would like to go
Um,
back and listen to it again.
Shit, we might do it and put it on YouTube. That might be an episode for you. That might be something for YouTube. Since they say
Okay.
they want more content, we'll do that. Shout out to Gen X Gemini, my contribution for the building fund. Yes, sir. Say neighbor, we need that new building with the Cadillacs out front. We need that new building. We need that new building.
Try to
You
add
know
a
how them
try to
churches be, bro.
yeah, we try to add a new wing to the building. We trying to add a gym in the back with a with a
Yeah,
lunchroom in there.
we need that Gen X theology center. We need that Gen X theology center. We need that. Let me see. Let me see.
Theology Family Center.
All I want is a good kid, man. See the stage play musical. That'll be crazy. I think I might prefer. Um, I don't know, as a stage play. If we doing stage play and music, I want it to be I want it to be Mr. Morale.
Yeah, that fit the motif
Morale.
way better.
If we doing a movie, gotta be Good Kid, Mad City. Gotta be Good Kid, Mad City. I ain't gonna lie. I think To Pimp a Butterfly be a fire animated series, like on some Boondocks level animation type shit. I think that'll be dope.
Oh, I appreciate this comment here.
From who?
Shout out Peachy Quiche. You actually just made me think of a new measurement regarding classics, how well the content is actually aged, relevance, and the applicability, as opposed to it only being relevant during that time.
Yeah,
That's a
because
con-
yeah, go
that,
ahead.
I mean, I'm saying that's a conversation me and Skip have all the time, and that is one of our criteria that we put in there as far as how we rate stuff and what ends up on that wall that's
Mhm.
behind Skip, like how well the content is aged. That's definitely one of the metric sticks. So I'm glad you was able to take that from there, because I don't think people really think about that. Because when they think about an album, they always think about from a nostalgic point of view, back to like where they were when they first heard it, and that's how they judge it. And you may not even be that same person as you were when you first heard that. In terms of different, like a classic is something that can stand the time through multiple genres, multiple generations. So, I mean, I still say Dark Sky Paradise is a classic, but I can also see how it may also, from other people's perspective, be something that may be more relegated to its time.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, Alabama time. Yes, 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 yes. Um, and my whole thing is like with the classic stuff. And this is in reference to, we can use To Pimp Butterfly as a reference point. They recorded the entire album analog, right? So
Yeah.
they use the technology that they used like back in the 70s and the 60s and some part of the 80s. Like, so everything is live instrumentation, is all recorded on the antique stuff. So it has that feel, it has that warmth that a lot of albums from early or from later ages don't have. So it feels like that album could have been made anywhere from like 69 to 2025. And that's why sonically it sounds so beautiful. Like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I was listening to the album. I was just like, wow, like the attention to detail, the super group of Kendrick Lamar, Thundercat, Bilal, Terrace Martin, and Anna Wise has to be studied. They need a
Hmm.
documentary because I feel
Yeah.
like they're a group. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like as
Mhm.
much as To Pimp a Butterfly is a Kendrick Lamar album, there's a lot of praise and acknowledgement that has to be given to those other four individuals.
Mhm.
Anna Wise, Terrace Martin, Bilal, Thundercat, and mixed by Ali. And mixed by Ali.
Like
Ooh,
Terrence Martin is still very much relevant to this day
mhm,
in
yep.
music. Like he's definitely impactful still. Now I haven't really heard much from Anna Wise.
Mhm,
So I mean don't quote me on that, but I know Terrence Martin for sure is
yeah.
very much active in music.
Yeah, I feel like he put something out every like 18 months or so.
Yeah.
He put something out around the time that like shortly after To Pimp a Butterfly dropped. I used to listen to it all the time. Like he had like an extended version of Mortal Man on there. I think it was long. It might have been like 18 minutes or some shit, but it was I was like, that's just dope, bro. You feel me? Like now this is an interesting question. From Feast, shout out to Feast. Can we ever predict a classic?
No, I honestly can't. I don't think that's the thing. I know people have done that in the
Mhm,
past, but I think it's just coincidence more than anything. I don't think you can honestly predict the classic. And the reason why I say that is just for the mere fact of us doing the road to 100 and listening to some of these artists that I've never heard of before.
mhm,
And the album and the music is really good. It's no way that I could have projected that this album's gonna be trash or good before I heard it. JPEG Mafia is a great example. That's probably the best example I could use from last year. Because if you heard of JPEG Mafia before, you just look at the name and his track record in rap, you would have never thought when you turn on that album, I Lay Down My Life for You, that shit might be a top 5 album for 2024. That shit I think it's going to age very well over time. That's just my opinion on it. I never would have expected that album to be as good as it was. I never thought it. So, and then especially with a classic being a step above just expectations being shattered, that's tough to do, man. That's tough.
yeah, but they say JPEG Mafia got like a because I remember I listened to like I think it was All My Heroes or Cornballs. They say Veteran was like one of the better albums of the 2010s too. So um
Well, I'm
like
just
a
talking
lot
about
of
for
people.
me, my
Okay,
person.
I got
Like I don't know shit about JPEG Mafia.
you.
I haven't really heard his music. I'm just talking about that album we listened to last year, bro.
Yeah,
It opened my eyes up to a whole bunch of other shit. So
yeah,
just for me, like, yeah, that I'm just talking about me. I ain't just me.
I got you. And Feast, when you say can you predict the classic, do you mean before we hear it or like immediately after are we able to project that it will be considered a classic? Because
Oh, okay.
it
Yeah, yeah.
because if it's the second part of that I knew for a fact once like after Kendrick said Pac 3 times and that album turned off, I was like, this is a classic. Yeah. So to answer your question, yes, I knew it was a classic. I knew Good Kid, Mad City was a classic. After I heard it the first time, but I feel like I was more sure about it after I heard To Pimp a Butterfly. Like I say to this day, I think that's his best album. Like it might be the best albums of the 20, it might be the best rap album of the 21st century. Um, like I remember for a time it was like, is it late registration or is it To Pimp a Butterfly? And like after listening to it today, bro, it's like in my opinion, I think it's unequivocal that it's the best album of the 21st century, the best rap album of the 21st century, bro. That album is amazing, bro. Like musically, the elements he injected, the rapping on that album, bro, that's some of his best rapping in his career. The stories he was able to tell.
Hold on, Skip.
What
Cole said you gassing it, bro.
Cole? Who?
J. Cole said that's the one that we gassed.
Man, fuck. Look, man, look. I thought you was talking about our partner Cole.
Oh hell no! Shout out to Cole.
Uh,
BYNK Radio. I ain't talking about
okay.
that Cole. No, no, no,
I was
no,
about to
no.
say, I know he ain't in here talking that shit. I'm finna make him pop up and get on this what's the name and defend his point. But yeah, I definitely think so, bro. I think it's the best album, the best rap album of the 21st century. Um, bro, it's just so much to get from that album, bro. And the way that it aged in the last 10 years, bro. I'm telling you, he not gonna get me started. I'm not crashing out on J. Cole again tonight.
The second one would put niggas to sleep and they gassed it.
I remember when I heard that, bro. I was like, that's crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. I was like, there's no way you believe that shit, J. Cole. It's no way you believe that shit, bro. It's no way you believe that shit, bro. Like this coming from the person who made For Your Eyes Only, bro. In Cold World Sideline Story. Like, cause For Your Eyes Only, it ain't trash. That shit boring as fuck though. I'm so happy to be alive. Like, bro, shut your ass up. This weak ass music you making, cuz. This uninspired ass, dry ass bullshit you making, bro. That nigga make damn, see, look, y'all got me finna crash out, bro. I got me finna crash out, bro.
Well, he said the second one put niggas to sleep and they gassed it.
Nasty, bro. Nah, I'm straight. Nah, I'm straight. I'm not finna do it, bro. I'm not finna do it.
Oh my god.
So, bro. So I was on the internet yesterday.
Oh my god.
And I had pulled up Black Friday because I just wanted to hear it. And they was in the comments, bro, talking about J. Cole did better than Kendrick did on All Right.
Oh my god. That's not true, but okay.
Shout out to Dre with the comment. He said, y'all still listening to Gen X? Y'all ready to call it a classic? I told y'all it was his Thriller. I don't know if it's a classic, bro. It's really good, but I don't know, bro. I don't know about classic. It's good though. It's really fucking good, bro. I just don't know if it's a classic though. Cause it's damn a classic.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The only album I would say, well, I'm not gonna say GNX yet, but GNX is in my rotation of music that I listen to still. But I'm not gonna call it a classic yet. But it is a really, really high album. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
The replay value through the roof.
Yeah, absolutely. But Kendrick, Kendrick got 3 certified classics and
2 possibles.
And 2 possibles, yeah. Because
I know what I'm thinking. Not to cut you off. You know what I'm thinking though?
What?
I think 10 years from now, Mr. Morale is gonna be Kendrick's 444.
Yeah, and that's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one. I'm like, low key, the lowest of key. That might be a classic too, bro. Mr. Morale, bro. It might be. It might be, bro. So yeah, that's his 444.
Ooh, real quick. Peach Keach, don't you go nowhere. I want to talk about this with DJ real quick.
Okay.
Hold on. Shout out to Gen X Gemini. DJ, this is for you pushing the skip code crash out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, damn y'all. But where did it go? Where did it go? Keach, where you went? Okay. Who was it that called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers trauma music? I don't want to talk about that particular point, but I want to talk about something I was thinking today, right?
Well, who said it?
Some of them people we don't care about. And some of the people who like, because this is what I'm noticing. A lot of people who are J. Cole fans, especially, they're young as hell. They be like, bro, I remember when the warm-up came out. I was in middle school. I was in the 7th grade.
Like, nigga, what?
No
nigga,
wonder you don't get what the fuck Kendrick talking about. You were a child.
Like, nigga, that shit came out. We was adults, nigga. We was in college.
Old as hell. Like, the warm-up came out. I was in my second year of college. So it's just like, if you ingesting J. Cole as a child, of course he giving you this spoon-fed ass shit to where it's like, oh my God, it's so relatable. Like, okay, so having a relationship with God isn't relatable. Understanding who you are and reclaiming your sense of self isn't relatable. Like going against cultural norms to like push yourself to a point where you're your best self isn't related. I just be like, bro, y'all are kids. Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all either kids or y'all don't know shit about shit.
Right.
Like, of course, you are gonna find relatability in losing your virginity. You're 16. You just lost it. It's probably still in your book bag. You just lost your virginity.
Still in your book, man.
You really misplaced it. You ain't even lost it good yet. You ain't even lost it good. Like Kendrick
Oh,
on the bro. Kendrick is on these albums, bro, talking about being of service to not only yourself but the people around you and finding responsibility in that and not running from it. Of course, that don't relate. That's not relatable to you. You ain't never did shit. You ain't never did shit. But okay, the point I want to ask you about this um, is making trauma music unavoidable in hip hop?
um, I'm not. Hold on. You said is it unavoidable?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me ask you, let me reframe
Well,
it.
no. I got it.
Can you make good music that doesn't have trauma in it in hip hop?
I don't think it's avoidable if you are truly grounded and one with yourself. If you are truly grounded, it is no way it is no way on God's green earth that you can't like produce some type of music where it has some type of trauma tied to it. Whether you living in your trauma, you talk about how you got past your trauma, or even like you in the midst of it. You know what I'm saying? It's no way around it if you're truly grounded within self and understand who you are as a person. Now, if you have somebody like Drake, for example, who lives in facades and different personas and they grounded in shit, then no, it's very possible for you to go through your entire career and not make anything of true substance
Now
about yourself.
let me offer the counter argument that all of his music is based in trauma.
Yeah, but at the same time, he doesn't know how to truly recognize it and, you know what I'm saying, go through the necessary work to
No, no,
understand it.
that's not
Get
what I'm talking about though. That's not what I'm
what?
talking about. You talking about the representation of a person who's handling their trauma. I say, can you make music in hip hop that's good that doesn't have trauma in it? That's a different question.
It is.
You talking about can you grow through your trauma? Through can you grow? Can you can you evolve in spite of your trauma through music? I think that's the question you asking answering.
No,
I'm
what no,
asking.
no, but what I'm trying to say is like just for Drake, for example, a lot of his music is based on trauma. Yes, but he doesn't even recognize that it's truly trauma, is what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
Because he doesn't understand himself and where he comes from. He doesn't get that. So even though he's rapping about trauma, he's not going to understand what that is to even, you know what I'm saying, do the proper work and to like actually do something else because all he knows is basically the facades that he puts in front of himself or that what he puts out to the to the masses. So just for him, yeah, his music is full of trauma and in some aspects it is good because it's popular and you can, you know, dance to it, bop to it, but you know, ultimately at the end of the day, it's still hollow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Now, to further what you're saying, I think you can make music that has trauma in it and it not be substantive, right?
yeah.
But I think if we ever tried to put together our top 10 albums of hip hop, I bet they all got trauma in them.
Oh,
And that's the point I'm
100%.
making. Like when
Yeah.
you start to look at a classic album, it has nigga any classic piece of art from any medium
Yeah.
at some level has trauma in it.
Even in certain aspects, I know people don't really consider this trauma in a sense, but it's the whole reason why just society in general likes an underdog story
Mhm.
because they're going through their process, their trauma of working from the bottom, going their way to the top. Like, and I mean, that's a form of trauma in a sense
Mhm.
because you're going through hardships and you're trying to learn how to navigate yourself through those hardships. So yeah, I agree with that. I do.
Yeah, shout out to SW. Hip hop started as a cultural response to social and political challenges,
Yeah.
and that's as Loaded Look say that's a Snapple top fact, but love it. But to kind of crystallize the point I'm trying to make is um it's kind of disrespectful to the art form when people say that, oh, you making trauma music. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, like if you listen to any of your favorite artists, it's based in trauma. Like it
Yeah.
may be how they persevered from trauma, but it's still based in trauma. Like Young
Yeah.
Jeezy, like
Hell
he's
yeah.
talking about how he made a way through poverty, and which led to him having to deal with the pros and cons of selling poison to his people, and he's aware of it. Like not only is it trauma, like, and he's subconsciously speaking it through his raps, but he's aware of it. So like it's like that's trauma. Like if you listen to Future, like that shit is trauma, bro. Like when he talk about like how he be gone off the drugs, whether he lying or not, that's trauma. Vince Staples, trauma. Drake and how his insecurities are inescapable, trauma. Kendrick Lamar, trauma. J. Cole, trauma. Like so, I think the grander thing that I want to get to is it's like how do you are you weaponizing the trauma for to be
Yeah.
sold? You feel what I'm
Yeah. For
saying?
for
Like
for clout.
yeah, like because all the music, all like I said, any substantive thing that's produced in any creative art form is gonna have trauma in it. Like for example,
Oh
like
no, wait. I got a good one.
mhm,
Motherfucking Rod Wave.
yeah, he's drowning in it. Like at this point, I think he milking the shit, bro.
Yeah, like I told you, like when we was doing the Road to 100 and his album came out, I said I'm not even
Mhm,
grading this shit. I'm not rated. It's too sad for me, bro.
mhm,
I refuse to believe your life is this fucking horrible. I refuse to believe your life is this fucking bad to where like everything every day of your life is fucking sad. I refuse to
mhm.
believe that. Like you kind of milking this shit, and I don't think your life ain't got is nothing like what you say it is. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I understand this shit from maybe like an album or two, but every song or every album, Rich on Pain, nigga, no, dog, no, no, nigga,
And yeah, shout out to O Right. They said that's his niche. But pain is relatable and everybody experiences it. Trauma is life. And that's kind of what I was getting to, like in essence, when I was talking about uh how this platform helps you understand the human experience. Um, like that's a part of it. Like you have the sun and you have the rain. Like you have to have like you don't appreciate a great day if you've never really had a bad one.
right,
You feel what I'm saying? Like so it's ingrained into everybody. Like it's one of those commonality things. It's like because one thing you can do is you can speak to the best day you've ever had, and while that can vary from whatever your position is in life, it can get to a point where everybody can't relate. But everybody can relate to feeling how they feel like us particular like they can remember the worst day they've ever had. You feel what I'm saying?
hmm
So it's all about I think I kind of want to get away from the aspect of like people pushing trauma unless you can tell that unless there's an absence in how they deal with it and how they evolve from it.
right,
And that is an issue that I feel like he who must not be named, who I'm tired of crashing out on, has a problem with handling in his music. And I feel like that's why we don't think it's substantive because he just offers the trauma with no perspective, no evolved point of view,
hmm
no like he don't tell us how it affects him. He just throwing it out there on the plate. Like, here goes trauma.
yeah.
Here goes trauma. Like, hey, I'm from like my niggas be killing people. Like my niggas do this. My niggas do that. How did that make you feel, Jermaine?
I just feel so he looking at a list and he just checking off the boxes of what should be in a rap song or what should be on the album. Okay, I
Yeah,
got my check. I got this check. And that's why you said it feels like he just throwing this shit on the plate like here you go
yeah.
with no
It's
connection
definitely
to
a
him.
rap bingo.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's rap bingo.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, that was a good question. Shout out to uh, uh, Keisha. Because the question she asked, it just brought up something that I had from earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, like everybody gonna have that stuff, bro. Because
Yeah,
one thing about Rick Ross music, bro, like you can feel however you want to feel about it. Like that music is like the perfect counterbalance to going through bad shit.
yeah,
It's
bro.
so aspirational. Even if you don't
Yeah,
rock with what he be saying, like
yeah,
as far as like him selling drugs and shit, but like the music is aspirational as fuck. Like you feel what I'm saying? So like we are going to continue to have it. It's going to continue to exist. It's just what people do with it.
yeah.
Um, Let me see. Shout out to Black Hill. As long as America has co-opted country music, y'all can't tell me that Kendrick makes trauma music. Um, I agree, but I just think it's hypocrisy. That's the thing, because they act like only the lyrical rappers make this type of music. Like we were
Right.
just saying, like you gonna get trauma regardless of who you listen to. Like somebody will tell me, like, bro, I don't like all that sad shit in my music. Who your favorite rapper? NBA YoungBoy.
The fuck, boy.
I'm just saying, like I'm saying, like as an example,
Yeah, no, I'm saying
because
like that's probably the worst is out.
I'm
His shit is
saying,
all trouble.
or like, bro, why the fuck you keep listening to this sad ass black music, bro? Like, damn, bro, the fuck? Hey, cuz you want to hit this ride wave? Like my nigga, like I've never listened to Kendrick and wanted to hurt myself. Like I want to hurt myself when I hear ride wave because that'll get it to stop. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so like it's whole genres. Like shout out to Black Hill again. This whole genre is built on um living in this state of being. So it's like,
That's why people just really enjoy the beats. And if y'all
yeah,
just want to hear the beats and not really listen to what the fuck these people be saying, then just pull up the instrumentals and listen to that shit. But
but nah, they want that too.
don't confuse yourself to thinking that you're really ingest or digesting hip hop and you're not really understanding or hearing what the fuck these people are actually saying. Like that's one thing that I've realized and I'm starting to appreciate the older I get. Like beforehand, I mean, I'm not gonna say that I didn't listen to what these people are saying, but you know what I'm saying, for the most part, if it wasn't something that directly like affected me for the most part, okay, I heard it on the radio, on the song, and just kept it pushing. But the older I
Mhm.
get, I'm like, no, I'm really listening to what the fuck y'all saying. What the fuck are y'all really talking about? And I
Mhm.
can't really rock with a lot of this shit, bro. I'm just like, I'm being real. Like, what are you really talking about? And
I
I
need
know that
help.
pretty much.
Help me, but I'm too cool to act like I need help. And I think that's the thing too. It's like the other people make them feel like it's cool to pretend they don't need help.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, the person you listening to is crying out for help,
Yes.
crying. Like it's songs that I've heard on future albums that make me feel just as sad as I feel when I listen to You by Kendrick Lamar, if not worse. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just a preference thing as far as like this person don't make me feel or this level of trauma is a level of trauma that I resonate with because the person that's making it made it to be connected to by 20-year-olds going through shit in college.
Got 808s on it. So
Yeah.
it don't matter. I'm like, y'all are
Oh yeah. Bow, bow. What is album at?
shit so
I don't know
many
if y'all can
tears.
see it. It's up here. Uh yeah. We get
What?
up. Salutations, y'all. Listening in on my ship. Maynard spaceship. Damn, we almost 3 hours in. We are in our not so long black goodbye, I guess. Shout out to Elsa. We've been rocking for almost 2 hours and 45 minutes. Um, let me see. Let me see. Do we have any more super chats? Oh, okay. Shout out to Dre. My bad, Dre. Dissing to Pimple Butterfly was worse than Drake lying on Kenny. All that funk, jazz, spoken word, blues, blackness, you can feel it in your soul. Cole just didn't. I really think that he heard that album and a part of him was just like, damn, bro, he really out here doing shit like this. He had just dropped Good Kid, Mad City 2 years later, spun the block with To Pimp a Butterfly, a completely different feel, and in my opinion, was better than that. So as a person who's like kind of competing in that same spot, that gotta be heartbreaking, bro. Cause I know, cause just imagine
Like I can't compete with this shit for real.
exactly. Like, bro, what
And
am I to do?
him and Drake, that's why I feel so they've always been jealous of Kendrick for years. And the fact that they thought he was gonna be little bro and he fucking elevated not only on his first album, but continued it with the second one. With
Yeah.
a it like, come on, bro.
Cause
Like
I remember when
they couldn't fathom or understand that trajectory
yeah,
at that point because they were trying to chase the formulaic sound. And Kendrick was like, I don't need the formula. I am the formula. And this is what it looks like.
yeah. Cause I remember Drake Elliot interview. I think it was, I don't remember what, a Crown maybe. And he
Yeah.
was, this was after the release of Good Kid Mad City. He was like, people have their moment. Like he really thought that Good Kid Mad City was on some flash in the pan shit.
Yeah.
So like I think when To Pimp a Butterfly came, I think they was just like, bruh,
Oh, he
what
ain't have his sophomore slump.
the fuck? Like I thought he was gonna fall off, and not only did he not fall off, this album is insane.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And even if Drake didn't like it, but Drake say he a student of, and his daddy was a musician during the time when a lot of these sounds was popular. So I'm thinking at some level he had to respect the musicality of this shit. I think
No, no,
the person that go ahead.
Drake said he studies battle rap for a living.
Yeah, but also like his daddy was like a musician in
Yeah.
a lot of the lanes that Kendrick did on
His uncle too.
yeah, so he's supposed to have came from this rich musical background. So even just for the music, you feel what I'm saying? Like um if he is who he say he is, he was supposed to enjoy it on that level, even if he wasn't fucking with the rapping.
Yeah.
But if you ain't fucking with the rapping, you ain't hip hop. But for J. Cole projects to be everything that Kendrick Lamar represented in that album. So for him to say it put him to sleep, and then you come back and drop 2015. What came in 2015? That was Born Center. He had just dropped Forest Hills Drive, and the next album was For Your Eyes Only. But we fell asleep to nigga. I don't think nobody in their right mind would line up For Your Eyes Only and To Pimp a Butterfly and compare them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think nobody lining up Born Center and Cold World put together against Good Kid Mad City. Nobody's lining up Damn versus KOD and saying it's a comparison.
I mean, truth be told, it is kind of crazy that Cole even say this because that's has been a knock on Cole his whole career. Sidebar that Cole makes boring music. That's always been a stigma on Cole. Like that Cole's music is boring. Like yeah, he can rap good, but the beats because he make his own beats and he got a certain style that he like to use and yeah, his shit is boring. It's the same way. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, it's just kind of funny how Cole, the person that's been listed as boring throughout his whole career, come around and say that album is boring. Like it's insane to me.
I think that came directly from Drake. Shout out to Peachy Quiche, excuse me. Even Big Crit song "Get Away." I gotta get away from that bullshit today. Everybody get your glow on. Yes, was like a Negro spiritual for me.
Yes, yes.
About some shit back in 2017. That album
is a classic. Yes, sir. Yes,
Forever
sir.
Is a Mighty Long Time.
It's
a
classic. Yes.
If I ever meet Big Crit like enough to shake his hand, I'll be like, bro, like whatever. Forever Is a Mighty Long Time. It's a motherfucking classic. So don't let them tell you ain't put one of the ones out like album wise, like once you was competing in the field. That album is a motherfucking classic. I just think he wasn't big enough. Like he had a lot going on as far like I just think they didn't deem him as marketable. You feel what I'm saying? So he didn't get the push that he needed. And he talked about it a lot in his music, but most definitely that album was a classic. Let's see. Shout out to Night. J Fold is really jealous when he did K-Dot to my Butterfly album when Kendrick got them Grammy Awards. Yeah, man. It's all rooted in jealousy.
Yeah,
Um,
we definitely talked about it for sure.
and that's why I feel like it hurt his soul to get on that stage and apologize. But also, he's such a um,
A bitch.
he's
That
such a
nigga a
people.
bitch.
What I was going to say, he's such a people pleaser that and he wanted to preserve his image that he was able to like kind of dissociate while on stage and get that out and then walk off stage with his reputation intact. Let me see. Let me see. Shout out to Janae. She said then the Grammys, the Pulitzer, the industry respect flow like water there. So they ain't got no choice but to be jealous. And now Drake is dead, scrambling trying to put his career back together.
Pretty much.
He thought he was on some get rich or die trying shit. Oh, let me see.
Boy, talking to 50 Cent was the worst thing Drake ever did. Because all he did was gas your head up. That's why he went on that damn tour with the bullet
Yeah.
holes in his sweatshirt and shit. That was probably a 50 Cent idea here.
I think they was trauma bonding on tour. Drake and
50.
J. Cole. They was trauma bonding on tour. No, Skip. DJ was right. He's a bitch. That's right. That's all. Yeah, man. 50 one of them characters also that we don't talk about. Like I just think I think he one of them cultural pariahs where it's just like he ain't for nobody but 50. You feel what I'm saying? Let me
That's why
see.
for the most part throughout his career, he's pretty much, in my opinion, a flash in the pan. Like he ain't give you nothing else of true substance or just anything big, after Get Rich or Die Trying. I mean, yeah, he had the massacre, but I mean, for the most part, that shit was just like it wasn't as big as Get Rich or Die Trying. And then after that, Kanye whacked him off the map with Graduation. So he just kind of fell off a cliff. And I did look him up. He did have other albums after that Curtis album, but of course they didn't stick. No big singles or nothing like that. That's why he went in the lane that he in now, as far as the multimedia and the shows and things like that. Because his music ain't hit no shit, and he know that.
So. Shout out to Right. Cole wishes he could organically resonate with certain parts of culture, hence why he tries to wear his coat. Yeah. I was talking about this in the car on the way home from Costco. This episode is brought to you, but no, it's not. But that's good practice. And we were talking about Cole kind of likened to this. I was telling my wife, I was like, J. Cole, like his wokeness is so superficial. You feel what I'm saying? Like Kendrick is on this bitch talking about how to uplift the people. J. Cole coming across being relatable, like I'll buy a Corolla. Or like, I wish I was broke still. Nigga, you ain't gave the money back. You ain't doing this shit for free. You don't wish you was broke, nigga. Like, and
the shit you be wearing be Balenciaga and all this other brand like, designer shit.
You putting on the front, bro. Like you're trying to present as these things, but you're not really these things. Like my nigga, you live in Manhattan. You live in probably the second or third, definitely top 3 most expensive places to stay in America, and you ride a bike. You're not relatable, gang. Like people like, yeah, bro, he ride a bike and he mind his business. He's rich. What else is he supposed to do? Rich niggas mind their business. Like the only niggas that you really see on social media that's just like always in some shit that got money is Boosie. Boosie and 50. And the people that 50 be going back and forth with, them be people that he been mortal rivals with for a long ass time, and he used that to sell his stuff. 50's not, that don't make him relatable.
Floyd Mayweather is another good example of somebody who just fucking rich and just be doing shit just to do it because he don't have nothing else better to do other than flaunt his money. At least with Boosie, like I appreciate what he's trying to do in terms of like building this subdivision that he was trying to go through and this compound for his family. You know what I'm saying? Like that's cool. I actually like watching and seeing that process that he's doing. But ultimately, yeah, he with the fuck shit too. So, but Floyd Mayweather is probably the best example of a nigga with money with no good intentions whatsoever.
If you ain't coming for the chili, what you come for? And bro, Dre, I swear to God, I said that in the car. I was like, bro, like niggas acting like this ain't a profession. This is a profession. You're doing like on some level, you're doing this for bread. Like now, that may not be the intent. You may be like, for example, all right, if I reach these goals, of course the money is gonna come with it as a product of my commitment to success. You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But like for J. Cole to just be like, yeah, bro, like, um, I wish I was broke and I'm just like you guys. Like, bro, you got on $1,000 outfit. Like, don't talk to me like we on the same level, bro. And
But
then
and then also with that,
real quick, let me say this point
yeah,
before I forget.
yeah,
Because this is the reason why I don't fuck with him for real, for real.
yeah,
I don't know if I
yeah.
done told y'all this. This is the reason why I don't fuck with J. Cole for real. Okay. So I don't know if you remember, he got interviewed by Ryan Coogler, right?
Oh no, I don't remember that. Okay, what
Okay.
happened?
Let me know in the chat before I say something if y'all remember when J. Cole got interviewed by Ryan Coogler. And you can just put a yes. You ain't gotta don't say what he said. Because I want to tell DJ because he ain't heard it.
Like what time period was this around?
For your eyes only era, I think.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Fee said I remember. I think Gen X, she here for the bullshit.
No, do tell.
um who watch Cole interviews. And I didn't see the interview, I just saw the clip and it pissed me off because it makes a lot of sense with just a series of weird behavior with J. Cole. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell it. Okay. So Ryan Coogler asked J. Cole, so he was like, hey man, so I heard so now he was like, so how has being married affected you or something? And J. Cole was like, whoa. Like basically tell like, bro, don't spill the beans. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And what I took from that was, and let me know if I'm tripping, DJ.
Mhm.
You want to keep your wife a secret,
Mhm.
except when you bragging about cheating on her and disrespecting her in your music.
Mhm.
Like, as a man with a long-term committed partner and me with a wife, how does that make you feel to know it's a man claiming to be so upstanding and righteous that he didn't want his wife to be publicized, but he will publicize her only to talk about how he disrespects her and fucks on other women while they dating or why they got whatever they got going on?
This is actually something that I brought up before in terms of now, granted, I'm all for people living their life. Okay. Just because these people are famous does not mean that we, the fans and the viewers or whoever it is, are entitled to their life. This is just what comes with it with being famous. So if you want to live privately, because Kendrick, he lives for the most part privately, does his own thing with his family. You know what I'm saying? But he stands on the things that he says. With Cole, he is so private. You don't know shit that's going on with this nigga. Because I'm almost positive that he had kids or he got kids,
He
but I
does.
can't. Yeah, I can't 100% verify that because he's so vague with the shit and he don't rap about it. He don't put it in the music. That's something that I can relate to. Give me some shit on your journey of fatherhood, how this shit has changed you, how you evolved as a person. Let me see where you are. Because that's why I got pissed off with Drake. I thought that, so when he had the kid and finally came to a realization this is his kid, that we finally for the actually get some grown up adult Drake. Wrong. This nigga on what was on Champagne Poetry. He was like, this a new level that I'm subscribe to or some shit. Like when it was some fly shit that he said that I thought like, oh shit, here it come. He finna give me some man. Did this nigga rap about fucking too sexy? Man, yo, get this bullshit the fuck out of here, man. But
Yeah, and the reason the point that I'm trying to get to with the J. Cole thing is,
yeah,
okay, so he'll put out a song like a parent, right? And talk about I love you, mama, and if I love you better and be more present in that and love you more strongly and freely and fiercely, I can love this woman that I'm committed to more
mhm,
strongly and fiercely,
right.
right? And then the very next verse goes to talking about getting raped by a virgin and got hoes blowing on his dick like a trombone. It's just like, bruh, stop being fucking weird. And then
A different day,
you
different rhyme, ho.
is it and then you 10 years later from that on the song with Future talking about like marriage life is some pain to you and you're being faithful only out of some obligation while mulling over the fact of whether or not you even want to be committed in a relationship and if you would want to be knocking down chicks at this stage in your life. And then okay, on the Black Friday song, he was like, in different whips hitting different chicks. So if I hit your girl, I get 6 assists. What is that? At this point, you married, J. Cole. You sending girls out on tour, J. Cole? You participating in gang activity?
That lets me know that the shit that you rap about is a fucking facade.
And
Just like,
exactly, and that's what I'm
just
saying.
like,
Like,
just like your homeboy. Like we've been saying, the shit that you rap about is not real. What the fuck are you really rapping about? And
and
just
that
to an-
I don't fuck with him, bro.
and just to answer your question, yeah, I think that's some fuck shit because it's a difference between being private and I feel as though you trying to like hide shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I said, we are not entitled to these people's lives. Like, so like that's one thing I gotta say that because I feel so people really take that aspect too far with social media, thinking that you are entitled to this
Mhm.
person when you're not. So like I don't ever want to step away from that because I stand firm on that.
Yeah,
But at the same time, if your profession is being open and perspective through music and through rap, I would at least like for you to stand on the shit that you rap about. And your private life and your rapping life are two fucking different things. Like, what are you talking about? What's the
yeah.
point of you even having a marriage if all you talking about the shit that you do? Like, so like, does art imitate life? Like, are
Do
you
you
are you actually doing these things that you're rapping about, or is it just some facade or some shit that you making up because you think that's what people would like to hear?
do you
But
love
Jake,
her? Do
but
you
Jake,
love her, cuz? Do
like
you love your wife, cuz?
and that's another reason why I feel as though like he might be really jealous of Kendrick. Like Kendrick, he can rap about this shit, about his life, about his family, about the things that he go through that's appropriate for where he is in life and his age, and still make slaps out of it. Cole can't do that. He cannot do that shit whatsoever. And that just goes back to you not being grounded and shit, ultimately.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think he want to be cool still. So I don't
Yeah,
even think he's come to grips with like, at least he's not able to do it. Like you said, I don't think he's able to do it in his music to come to grips and make his real life seem cool.
yeah,
When if you all you got to do is accept it, that makes it cool. The fact that you
yeah,
feeling that you're happy with the life you live in, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's like, my dog, the only like you're hiding your wife. We didn't ask you to bring her up.
yeah,
Like we don't like from like to answer the to further the point that you was making earlier. We didn't ask for that information. We wouldn't
right.
even know you had a woman that you was invested in if you didn't tell us.
So
And
you
we also
volunteered that.
wouldn't know if you was cheating on her all the time. You didn't tell us.
Right.
We wouldn't know if you don't even feel super committed to her if you didn't tell us. So you trying to hide the fact that y'all in a committed relationship tells me that Either you're ashamed of that, or you prioritize being able to kick her back in on records to sound cool over how she could potentially feel about that, or you taking the step and maturing and holding her up in the light. Because you don't have to tell us who she is to hold her up. Just like
Yeah.
you don't have to tell us who she is to disrespect her. And you constantly disrespect that woman.
Hey,
Unnecessary.
hey, babe, you know it's just rap. You know what I mean. Shit, don't worry about what I'm saying.
Man,
You
fuck
know
that.
this. Like, come on, dog.
Man,
Like him
fuck
and him
that.
and Drizzy is two peas in the same pie, bro. They
Fuck
really are.
that.
They the same, bro. They are the fucking same. I see
And
two ghosts kiss his hugging on stage.
shout out to SS. Kendrick would have exposed all of this and more if Cole didn't quote unquote apologize. And yeah, I think he would have told his ass up. Like,
Yeah,
because a lot of people be like, bro, Kendrick cheated on his girl too. If y'all listen to the timeline on Mr. Morale, when he said he was fucking them white girls, bro, that was Good Kid, Mad City era. So whatever
right.
they went through, like it may have carried into them possibly, but the timeline he gave was over a decade and some change ago.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying he's right for it. Definitely not saying that. But it's not current. And whatever they went through, they honored, and even if they not married, they honored the for
agreement
better or for
amongst
worse part. You feel what I'm saying? And they
amongst each
continue
other.
to build and repair their relationship to get to a point where they're able to healthily have kids and have a relationship now where they are able to sustain that. Like,
And
and go ahead.
why would he even have her on the album? She's a
Exactly.
part of his maturation, his growth. She's a part of that in the album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they may have had problems early on in their relationship, but clearly they matured and moved past that to where they've able to grow and elevate their relationship. And she shows up on the part of this album, basically on the second half of the album, really helping him and guiding him through and helping him to understand, like, yeah, this is your trauma, but you're cutting off, you're stopping that generational trauma, you're stopping the generational curse from passing down to our children. And I love you and I appreciate you for that. How can you even get to that shit or that kind of stuff if you don't work out, you know what I'm saying, this, you know what I'm saying, the everyday stuff that y'all went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like it's not the same, bro. It's levels to this shit.
Um, Dre said it was Dodger Blue dissing Land of the Snakes. Don't say you hate LA if you don't travel past the 10. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because I'm
I
gonna need to
don't
be
know.
reminded what Land of the Snakes is. Because I might just be missing. But Dre be trolling. Here you go. He said Kenny went to white girl rehab though.
Hell,
So
maybe shit. If it worked out for his relationship, hell, who
and I ain't and I'm just looking at it from the perspective of like, bro, like if he hit a white girl when he was 21, who cares, bro? Like especially like living where they live in California, like it's such a like so the fuck what? Like this nigga had sex with a couple white girls. So what? Like, cause I think the thing with Drake was how you gonna be pro-black and have sex with white women. The only person who leaning into that shit is Dr.
is
Umar. He's the only person leaning into that shit like that. Like, yeah, I can't like, bro. It ain't like he impregnated one and built a life with one. And even if he did, as long as he's standing on the tenets of doing what he's supposed to do for his people, you can love who you love, bro. That's like a nigga fighting for women's rights, and y'all be like, so he gay, like he can't fight for women's rights. Excuse
why he
me,
can't.
like as long as he's standing on the mission, why the fuck does it matter what he doing his own time?
Drake thought that line was gonna hit with the red pill niggas and carry
Yeah.
the narrative, on to his victory because he was not expecting, and that's the whole gist of that beef. Like he was not prepared for Kendrick to respond within the time frame that he did. That's why when Taylor made drop and they was pushing the narratives for those 9 to 10 days, that always too late for him. He can't drop this and that, and then he set up the rollout for
Mm-hmm.
Family Matters. He was like, "Yep, this finna be. I'm finna go ahead and kill him. I'm finna go ahead and knock him out." And then he doubled down with 4 songs in that same week.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
They was trying to like you said, they was trying to control the narrative and closed the door on him before he could respond. They was trying to do a bait and switch.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jaira. I think it is Jaira Sheree or Cherie. She narrating the album. That's a fact. And what I would say about that from the perspective of somebody who is married, um, that story with her narrating it like that tells the story of love persevering, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was able to stand by him whether they were together in that moment or not, but she was able to be there for him in what is perceived to be one of the darker periods of his life, in a
Yeah.
period where nobody could help him but him.
Yeah.
She stood there and held him accountable and helped him progress through that and come out on the other side. Because at the end, she was like, "You did it. You broke a generational curse." Because the elements of that probably had something to do with why he was doing what he was doing. If you get to the end of the album, you see that it's rooted in generational trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And she helped him get to the point of understanding that and breaking the curse and being a better person, not only for himself, but for her and their kids.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like the
Mm-hmm.
love, like that type of love, I could see somebody like a Drake, like crumbling under. Because once you watch that, matter of fact, whenever you watch it, bro, as soon as you finish watching that deleted video, I need you to call me on the phone.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, like it's gonna change how you feel. It's gonna make you sick to your stomach. Like I ain't know Drake was doing all of this shit for like he went out sad about Rihanna, bro. I didn't know the
Yeah.
extent to that he went to. So when
And
you watch
he's
that video, to give you a lot of
and he dissing her to this day on songs,
that shit
bro.
is sad. It's giving obsession, bro. It's
Like
giving obsession. It's
for
disgusting.
all the dogs, like it's like at least 5 or 6 songs on there where he going at her.
Yeah. Hey Takia, I have not seen it yet. I'm so weird with content, bro. Like I'll have something where I'll be like, bro, I want to be able to get this my full and undivided attention, and I never watch it. You know what I mean? Like how sometimes you put shit like in a watch later folder, kind of, because it's like,
Mhm.
okay, I don't want to like just have this playing in the background. I want to be able to focus on it. But I'm just realizing like I don't be having time to really focus on shit. And like that. Because I don't know when I will watch it. Because if I'm watching it at my second job, I need to be editing. Or I need to be listening to music to get ready for something else. But I'm gonna try to find time because I do really like that sick podcast. I just need to find time to where I can give it my undivided attention because every single second of them episodes is informative.
Mhm.
So yeah, once I get to it, we'll probably have conversation on that and some content going forward. Watch a few minutes a day. I ain't gonna be able to do it because once I start watching it, I'm gonna want to watch it. In the job
Yeah.
that I work in, my first job, I can't do that. So y'all give us a couple of small topics to do, and we are going to get out of here. It's almost 11:30 our time, and if you in Eastern Standard Time, it's almost 12:30. Let me see. Don't hurt yourself. Lemonade got Sean to get some act right, but Jay-Z gives me the ick. I couldn't do it. You don't like the auntie face with the dreads? That ain't getting it for you. And he said, "Ain't no such thing as an ugly billionaire. He's cute."
Okay. Well, Beyonce love him, bro.
She
God
love,
damn,
she love
bro.
that nigga dirty draws, bro.
Like you heard her on the ALS on there. She's like,
Mm. But I also think I think she gave that nigga hell after he cheated.
Oh
I think
yeah,
that was
absolutely.
I think that was like a rough 2
Mm,
years. I
yeah,
think that shit was rough.
yeah, man.
Like
For him to be waking up at 4:44, like, damn, this is my moment.
like
This
damn.
is- you know what I'm saying? This is my come to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
And I
Like
just
bro.
like, I gotta do better.
Yeah, I know she get, and I'm talking about like creative ways of giving him hell. Like imagine like they'll be talking about something, and then he'll say something, and then Beyonce just stop talking,
Hmm.
and then he like, "What's up?" And then she be like, "So you really just don't respect me, huh?" Like, bro, I thought we was straight. Like I thought we was doing better. I just feel like you don't respect me. Like I just look at you sometimes and I just
like
wanna
do you
throw your face through a window.
do you not understand and know who I am?
Yes, it's just like he'd be like, "Yeah, B, I understand. It's just, it's I don't know what I was thinking." And she like,
At a temporary lapse in judgment.
and then
You
she
gotta
just get up
forgive me.
and then
I'm
she just
just
get
a
up and walk
man.
away. And she just get up and walk away. You feel me? It's just like, damn, like I
She
know
get
she
up and
was
walk.
torturing it. I know
She
she
get
was
up and walk
torturing that
away,
bro.
and she get up and walk away. But slums come up from behind and smack his ass inside the head every time that nigga say some shit like that.
Bitch ass nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And I just, bro, I know Miss Tina was looking at him crazy. Cause don't nothing about her face show me that she smile often.
Nah.
Like I feel like she stare at you and it's just like, ooh, like you feel your soul burning. Like bro, I wouldn't be surprised if like Beyonce was downstairs cooking, like it smelled good. Like Jay-Z coming down, I think he finna get some good ass breakfast. Like he walk in there, like, what's up, babe? Do. Fuck Jay-Z.
What's up, niggas?
Like she just started playing Ether. Like I'm telling you, bro. She a Virgo, bro. I know she was fucking him up, bro.
I know that you were coming me, dog. You?
Fuck Jay-Z.
Man, you she bit on my dick, nigga. You love my style.
Like she's scrambling the eggs, talking about I will not lose. You feel me? Like, nah, bro. Brace yourself. You feel like, bro. Like
hoe.
What you trying to kick knowledge?
It's like, yeah, bro. To make your soul burn
slow. You feel me? Like, and then at that point, she done burnt up the smoked sausage because you know she don't be cooking all the time. You feel what I'm saying? So like,
is it Dame Diddy, Dame Dash,
Dame Dummy? I get it. You're Biggie and he's Puffy. Like, bro, just imagine, bro. Like you walk outside and like your tires bust and you stay like so far off that nobody just can get to your car. Like Beyonce just busting the tires to y'all cars and shit. Like I know she was putting him through it, bro.
You wait a minute, bro. You gotta be gay, cause ain't no way you cheat on me. Me. Are you got something to tell me? You got something to tell me? Cause ain't no way in hell you cheat on me.
And I'm talking about just random. Like she been holding on to that line. Like they got ready together. They was having a good time. They listened to some music in the car on the way to the game. They get to the game and she started cutting up.
Bruh, do you remember the when they did that collab album, Meet the Carters, and the song Ain't Shit? Mm-hmm. If you look at Jay-Z face and Beyonce face, that whole video, they hold their hands the entire video. It's almost like yeah, this is me time. I'm doing what she telling me to do. Like,
you
bro,
better not let go of my hand, nigga. I don't care if it's sweat or not, nigga. I don't care, nigga. You better not let my hand go. I know that much. Because just know, if you let me go this time, I ain't coming back.
She said, on one of the songs, she said I had to re-rock the second stone. We had to get remarried. Jay-Z was like, chill on the ad lib.
She did. Hey, she did. She was turning up on him, bro. I remember that shit.
On that album, she was going crazy with him,
bro. Bro, imagine like, because I don't think sleeping in another room in a house that big do it. She probably made him go buy another house to sleep in.
Chill.
She probably told that nigga, she like, and you better stay in the city limits. So that means you gotta stay in Calabasas. You can't go get no cheap house.
Oh no, I thought it was in New York. He was like, I'll try to get a house in Dumbo.
Well, that was just for investment purposes.
I know. I'm just joking.
Damn, bro. Yeah, bro.
Blue probably cussing that nigga out, bro.
I'm telling you, she put that nigga through it, bro. but he earned it though. So, but
He did.
so you know, God willing, I hope they're better for it. They went through the
Yeah.
process. He understand what it means to be, you know, a righteous and respectful partner, and you know, be faithful and all this stuff. And Beyonce still has her self worth intact, and she gets reaffirmed on a constant basis, and all this stuff. So I hope everything's beautiful. But I can see what she would be giving that nigga the business for a long time, just with the
The
Virgo in her.
beats. The beats, nigga.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, what else? Two more topics before we get out of here. Give us a little hot take. Give us a hot take or something. Yeah, do that. Give us a hot take and we'll debate that.
That could be a good one,
But
though.
if you take it there, I'm taking it further. That's something you don't want to do. Yep.
Yeah.
I get that. Hey, Rika, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm a Virgo too. Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. That's why I understand like just how the mind works. Beyonce will make it very uncomfortable for him. Let me see. My mama's Virgo. Okay. Shout out to Mama Love. The Drake versus Cole battle. I think Drake will win.
Yeah, because just like I said earlier, I don't think Cole is willing to go the lengths to actually truly dissect your opponent and really hit it where it hurts. Like he just gonna try to rap super technical, and that shit ain't gonna cut it, bro. Like, yeah, you rap good, but what are you talking about? Like I said, like that's what it's also gonna end up, and that's why he's never truly been tested or been in a beef before. And because that's the reason why. And the people that he had beef with, it was one-sided. Like Diggy shot that nigga head off. I don't care what nobody say. Diggy got off on Cole. Watch what you say to me, nigga. Like that song, bro. I'm telling you, go back and listen to that song. Watch what you say to me by Diggy, bro. Like he shot Cole head off, bro.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
I'm gonna play it when we get off here. I'm gonna play it just so you can hear, bro.
Dre said Drake may get his lick back off Cole. I ain't gonna lie, if they went at it, bro, I think the only thing that would make it so, like, if Drake's sliders is just down, like if he don't have the confidence to project in the battle, because I think the ass whooping that he got from Kendrick so fresh. I don't know what Cole could say. We already know this nigga gonna be trying to get on that hole and be passive aggressive. I think Drake gonna get straight to the chase and he gonna disrespect the fuck out of J. Cole.
Like, nigga, you always been second place. You with third place.
Oh yeah. This one right here. You was talking about Cash Money earlier. How you feel about this? And this is our last topic of the night.
Yeah. Birdman looked he looked fucked up on that stage, bro. That was a bad look. BG was like, bro, you good? Like he was shaking him, bro. And Birdman was not.
I'm telling, bro, them downers. You know what I'm saying? Like them perks, them Zans, them like them niggas probably be like popping Valium and all type of shit, Klonopin, like. They be on that shit, bro, and they be drinking lean and smoking weed and shit. Like all them downers, like you literally can like be out on your feet, bro. Like
and then he old as hell. He like
50. So it's hitting him different.
Yeah,
you ain't 25 no more.
Yeah, like it's just real unfortunate to see.
This ain't the first time Birdman look crazy on stage. I like niggas too. Where the niggas at? Out with niggas too. I was like, no. Did like, you just come out on stage, gang?
Yeah, man. That was nutty, bro. That was so nutty. I'll never forget that shit because when I was younger, I didn't really understand it or hear it. But in my old age, that's a clear like, bro, what are you saying? Yeah, you a nut ass freak boy.
You a freak, boy.
Nut ass freak boy, man.
That nigga a freak.
Nut ass freak boy. Shout out to my Philly Connect.
You know I still want to know why Tony married that man. They
got married.
Her better.
They got married. I thought they were just dating. They actually got married. Oh no, Tony. Damn, no.
She wanted to try being a beard out.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
She married Birdman. That's crazy.
Um.
Damn.
Shout out to Miss Mia. As the resident pharmacist in the family, he took a dangerous combo for his age because the downers he was on with that liquor. Yeah, yeah, and you know they be feeling like they can mix everything.
Hold on, Miss Mia. I don't you go nowhere. Well, you can, but just know I ain't forgot about you. Okay. Shout out to the rest of the mod squad, but you in particular, we got things we need to address. Okay. So I need you to come on. I don't know if Skip talked to you about this or not, but I need you on the Truly Yours episode that we record since you curated the whole episode anyway. Like it was your vision, you directed it, you gave us the topics. I need you to be on there because me and you right here, watch this. Like that, I need you to be there. We got some things to discuss. I want to talk to you directly. So yeah, I need you to get on that episode. When we record it, I need you to pop up, okay? Thank you.
Oh my God. Man, oh man.
I've been seeing them. I've been seeing them subs. I've been seeing them slick shots. I see it. I
Well,
see
look,
it.
don't treat her like you treated B. Jones.
Oh no.
Your ass was wilding.
No, it ain't gonna get like that. I love Miss Mia and the rest of the mod squad, but just know we got some things we gotta talk about. So it would I just leave it. She know what I'm talking about.
DJ
So
said, you know we got some shit to address.
Surprised you said that feature request.
She said, if I catch flight, it's gonna be direct, DJ. Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the weekly wrap up. That's what we're gonna call this going forward. Y'all start saying y'all goodbyes in the chat on the way out. I don't know how many likes we got. I'm on like 1% on my cell phone, but please, yeah. On the way out, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. We appreciate the monetary support, but as far as helping us progress in the algorithm, please hit the like button. Please. Okay, it say we at I know they lying with 22 likes. That's crazy. We at 152. No. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button, please. Appreciate you, Rita, Miss Rita. Appreciate All Right, Fun Stream. Shout out Red Gun. Peace. Shout out Feast. Thank y'all for tuning into the stream, man. We greatly appreciate it. And until next time, I'm Skip.
And I'm DJ.
And we will be chatting up with y'all tomorrow in the To Pimp a Butterfly 10th anniversary revisit. Like I said, 2:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 3 Eastern. I don't know what that is Pacific time, but whatever time that is Pacific time. Yeah, man. Until next time, we out of here. Peace.